Friday night football at Bloomington Stadium on just a gorgeous mid-September Friday evening. Alongside Alex Redding, Josh Powers, Coach Stan Shea, former coach of the Jaguars, will join us for color here shortly as Jefferson takes on Apple Valley. Alex, these two teams very familiar with each other. It's an Apple Valley team that's struggled in the last few years. Jefferson beat them last year 17-0. Boy, they'd love to duplicate that performance again tonight.
They most certainly would, and you know, the thing going into this game, Josh, that I'm excited about is just seeing how each of these teams are going to handle things up front, because that, of course, is where the battle is won and lost, right, folks? Typically, when you get into these, nittier, grittier types of games, where you have two more evenly matched teams, it's going to come down to those lines. But, I mean, ultimately, for either of these two teams, they're going to have to rely on their strengths, too. For Apple Valley, that's the run game. For Jefferson, that's the pass game. Robbie Traylor getting outside the pocket, making plays with his feet. And also Aiden Bertrand, too. They're getting the running game going, as Jefferson was able to go well over 100 yards in the ground last week. So I'm pretty excited to see how these two teams are going to do here on the gridiron tonight, Josh.
Yeah, you'll be on the sidelines for us, Alex. So a lot going on here tonight. It's a huge crowd. I had to park way across the parking lot. We got Wounded Warrior Project. Talk to everyone about what you're going to be covering tonight on the sidelines.
So I'll be getting the Hall of Fame inductees tonight for Jefferson. I'm also going to get Coach Clendenning of the Apple Valley Eagles, also Tim Carlson as well. On the opposite sideline for Jefferson, I'm also going to try and get any other special reports as well, game updates, maybe field conditions. And I actually can give a field condition right now update for you. The field looks pretty good as it currently sits. Despite the huge 65-mile-an-hour straight-line windstorm we had blow through this morning, field looking pretty good. And also we have the lines from the Kennedy game last week, the new stylized numbers as well. So we're ready to rock and roll, Josh.
Yeah, hardly a cloud in the sky, just a beautiful night. I know we want to run down the Metro Top 10 as we enter week 3 of the season, as both Jefferson and Apple Valley are looking for their first wins here this evening. And Alex, let's run down that top 10.
Well, at the top, you have Lakeville South, Eden Prairie, St. Michael, Albertville, essentially almost unchanged from last week. We do have a few new additions this week. Minnetonka, Stillwater, and Woodbury. Minnetonka at 8, Stillwater at 9, and Woodbury at 10. And it's good to see what Woodbury's doing with their football program out there.
A tough game for the Jaguars last week. As we look at our games last week, Jefferson dropped that heartbreaker in overtime. Kennedy, though, they came up with a big win. Walk us through those games last week.
Well, we had an action-packed week, too, didn't we not, Josh? And, that St. Louis Park-Jefferson game is a game that arguably I felt that Jefferson should have won. I was talking to Stan Shea just before the broadcast here, and he felt that Jefferson should have had that game. And, again, fourth quarter scoring's been a very tough challenge for Jefferson to have to try and figure out. So see if they can do it this week. But it was because St. Louis Park was able to come back, a very strong, balanced rushing and passing attack, killed the Jags, especially in overtime. Kennedy, that high-powered, high-octane, zone blitz defense just tortured the Scots last week. And not to mention Zachariah Zesh on that read option play going for 2 50-plus yard run plays. What the freak? And then, of course, you had the one touchdown pass, too, and the interception return for a touchdown. And so really, really good week for Kennedy last week, but they're going to have to really step it up this week. They're going to face some big boys on the road at Minneapolis-Washburn, so that'll be a very fun game to keep an eye on. And I have a feeling it could be a defensive dogfight. And we have Richfield and St. Paul Central. Richfield got their big win that they needed at home to open the season at Spartan Stadium, 35-14 against St. Paul Central. And then the Chaska-Chan battle was probably the most bizarre game out of probably all the games that I've seen from last week.
We'll talk more about that, Alex. I know that was a crazy game. We'll talk more about Apple Valley and Jefferson with Coach Shea. We'll let you get down the sidelines. Right now, we're going to turn it over to the house announcer, Kevin Grebner, and the Jefferson Football Marching Band back in full force here in 2021. We'll see you for the starting lineups and the opening kickoff. It's week 3 of the season. Jefferson and Apple Valley up next here on BEC-TV.
Here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls. Welcome to Bloomington Stadium, home of the mighty Jefferson Jaguars football team and the Jefferson High School Jaguar Marching Band. Coming down the field right at this moment are members of the 2021 Jefferson Flag Corps and Jefferson Drum Line. And now, from the south end zone, please welcome your 2021 Jefferson High School Jaguar Marching Band. Band, take the field. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your 2021 Jefferson High School Jaguar Marching Band. The marching band is led on the field by Senior Drum Major Jamie Melville and is directed by Dan Fretland and Jeff Levine. Our flag advisors are Amanda Matson and Daria Seaver. And now, here is the pride of Minnesota, your 2021 Jefferson High School Jaguar Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to honor our country, please stand and remove your hats as our flag is presented on the field. Thank you. We believe in the United States of America, a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. A democracy and a republic, a sovereign nation of many sovereign states. a union one and inseparable, established upon the principles of freedom, equality, justice, and humanity. Therefore, we believe it is our duty to our country to love it, to support its Constitution, to obey its laws, and to respect its flag. To these principles, we rededicate ourselves today as we join together in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Jefferson High School staff, administration, and student body wish to extend a warm welcome to our visitors, the Eagles from Apple Valley High School. Welcome to Bloomington Stadium and this evening's game. The Jaguar fight song. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is your 2021 Jefferson High School Jaguar Marching Band. Thank you, band, thank you, flags, and thank you, twirlers. Good evening once again, everybody. Welcome to Bloomington Stadium and tonight's football game between the visiting Apple Valley Eagles and our Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. We appreciate your attendance here tonight and hope you enjoy the game. At this time, we'd like to introduce the teams to you. We will begin with the Apple Valley Eagles. They would like to be presented as an entire team. So here they are, the Apple Valley Eagles. The head coach for the Eagles is Chad Clendenning. And now we'd like to introduce the starting defensive unit for our Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. At linebacker, senior number 1, Austin Krupp. At defensive back, senior number 2, Nicholas Kaposius. At free safety, sophomore number 7, Tyson Schultz. Also at defensive back, senior number 8, Riley Regan. At linebacker, sophomore number 17, Daniel King. At linebacker, junior number 28, Maximo San Roman. At linebacker, senior number 38, Daniel Weber. Also at linebacker, junior number 43, Frank Arth. On the defensive line, senior number 49, Kashawn Scott Cobold. Also on the D-line, junior, number 77. It shows in your program as 70, but it's number 77, Eric Riffstall. And rounding out the defensive line, senior, number 84, Isaac Sevig. The head coach for the Jaguars is Tim Carlson. Our officials for tonight's game, back judge Kyle Rao. Our head linesman is Patrick Carey. Our line judge is Jason Glad. Our umpire is Trey Griggs. And our referee is Jason Berg. And just a few reminders before we begin. This game is being played according to the rules.
Week 3 about to kick off as you look at beautiful Bloomington Stadium here in central Bloomington. Josh Powers alongside our BEC-TV crew. Alex Redding will join us on the sidelines throughout. Former coach Stan Shea will be up in the booth. And Jefferson looks for their first win of the year, and they were oh so close a week ago, falling to St. Louis Park in overtime, 26-20. Apple Valley also 0-2. They have losses to Matamidi and Hastings, 37-7 to the Zephyrs and 21-0 to Hastings. It's been a Apple Valley offense that has really struggled here the last couple of years, and Jefferson hopes to continue that tonight with a strong defensive performance. Remember, Jefferson shut out Apple Valley a year ago, 17-0. As it will be the Jaguars to receive the opening kickoff. Just about 70 degrees here in the Twin Cities. Hardly a cloud in the sky, hardly a breath of wind. Just a gorgeous night for football, and boy, have the fans for the Jaguars really turned out on the home side. A great crowd, great students, be a lot of great energy. It's amazing to see the Jaguar marching band back performing their pregame as they always do until last year, and they're back, and football back for the Jaguars as we're underway in week 3. As the Jaguars take it from the 5-yard line and a big return. It's Maxwell Clark. He might go. Clark pushed out inside the 10. It's a 90-yard kick return to start week 3 for the Jaguars. Plenty to cheer for on the first play of the game for the homestanding Jaguars. See, definitely warm enough to go shirtless tonight. See if the Jaguars can punch it in right away. Their junior quarterback, Robbie Traylor, under center, 29 of 50 so far this year, 284 yards, 4 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions. And it's Aiden Bertrand joining him in the backfield. Bertrand up the middle, and he will get close, down to the 2. It's a gain of 3 for Bertrand, who went over 100 yards last week, had a very strong game against St. Louis Park. So far this year, Bertrand 159 yards, 34 carries, 4.7 yards per carry. Yet to get in the end zone, though. Will that change on this play for the senior Bertrand? As they will sneak it with Traylor, and the offensive line pushes. They're going to mark him short. Boy, it looked like the Jaguars had crossed. And I say the Jaguars, the offensive line pushing Traylor there, so it will be 3rd and goal. Might see another sneak here on 3rd and goal. It is Traylor. This time he's in. Touchdown, Jefferson. So the kick return from Clark pays dividends for the Jaguars. As Traylor into the end zone. His first rushing touchdown this season. In fact, the first rushing touchdown of the year for Jefferson as a team comes right there on that sneak. Extra point. They did miss one a week ago that was costly, but not this one. Right down the middle. Abdulkafer with the point after for Jefferson. Very quickly, just over a minute in. It's the Jaguars with a 7-0 lead. Great to see the band back. You see the students out in full force. Just a special night to have. And we saw them in week 1, but this is my first Jaguar home game of the year. Great to see Jefferson football back here at home. And a great start as well to see Apple Valley. Chad Clendenning, their head coach, need to gather themselves here. Abdulkafer to kick off. Actually, that's 39. Excuse me there, Luke Swanson. My apologies. Swanson with the point after and the kick. Sorry about that, Luke. Swanson boots it high, and it'll be caught at the 10-yard line by Ian Howder. And Howder up the middle breaks an arm tackle. Out across the 30 when they were corralled by a pack of Jaguars at the 30, mark it at the 32-yard line, maybe the 33, and that's where Apple Valley will start. It's been a tough offensive year for the Eagles so far. Timothy Wayant is their quarterback. They have just 1 touchdown. That came in the last possession of a 37-7 loss to Matamidi in week 1. Wayant is a senior, 6 foot tall, 160 pounds. And their leading rusher, Connor Elliott, number 5. You see Elliott there right behind Wayant as they will go with the pistol formation here. From the 33-yard line, first offensive play for Apple Valley. As they hand it off to Elliott. And he has room on the left side. Elliott tackled after a first down, a gain of 12, make it 13 yards. So a good start offensively for Apple Valley. Elliott, 6 foot 205, not quite as big as the big back that Jefferson faced against St. Louis Park a week ago, but good size there for Elliott. Apple Valley always seems to have that dependable, bigger style back, and the last few years they've been wearing number 5, and Elliott continuing that tradition. Here's an end around, they want to throw out of it, and the pass away, and it's off the fingertips of Jaden Garrison, who was wide open behind the Jaguar defense. A bullet dodged there for the Jaguars. Eli Schlichting on the end around with that pass. And that's one that Apple Valley would like to have back. That was open and in there. And just a reasonable throw. Maybe wouldn't have gone all the way for a touchdown. As you see, the receiver had to slow down there, which made it a little bit perplexing. I think just misjudging that a little bit. Garrison, he slowed up and then had the ball go off his outstretched fingertips. How about these early fireworks? A 90-yard kick return for Jefferson. Sets up the touchdown, and then some trickery by Apple Valley right off the bat. It's been an eventful 2 minutes and 14 seconds. It's an Apple Valley team that will not throw it often, and you see they go to their bag of tricks there, and that's makes it even more frustrating, I'm sure, for Clendenning and the bench that they did not complete that pass. So 2nd and 10. It's Wyatt, he wants to throw, steps up, deep ball again. Far side, and again, too far, but a flag down for interference. As again, Garrison could not make the catch. They're gonna, I think, get Nick Kaposius with an interference penalty. You can see number 2 there, Kaposius does not like the call, but a couple different officials threw laundry on that play. First penalty of the game.
Yards from the previous spot. That yardage results in a first down. Play clock operator, please put 9 minutes and 53 seconds on the game clock. 9 minutes, 53 seconds, and it will start on the snap.
There's your confirmation, 9:53. What a great time for the students back at Jefferson High School. They started last week, in person in the fall. Apple Valley in Jefferson territory. Garrison heads in motion, and a penalty on the Eagles. Actually, they might say encroachment here on Jefferson.
Encroachment, defense, number 77. 5 yards from the previous spot, remains first down.
So another penalty moves it closer for Apple Valley, now to the Jaguar 34-yard line. It is Hall of Fame night too here at Bloomington Stadium. We'll have that at halftime. 3 inductees for Jefferson this year. Low snap, handed off to Elliott. Only a yard though, as that low snap kind of threw things off. Ref stall, big 77 for Jefferson. It's listed at 6'4", 282. Came away with the tackle for the Jaguars. 2nd and 4. So 2nd and 4 for Apple Valley. Still have yet to play 3 minutes here. It's been an eventful start to this game for Jefferson and both teams. Here's an out route on target for a first down. The receiver's knee touched at the 26-yard line, but it's good enough for a first down, a 7-yard pickup. So they were able to get it to number 17, Aiden Weens. He's a junior, 6'1", 165. First completion of the game. A good opening drive for Apple Valley, a team that has scored just one touchdown so far through 2 weeks. In motion the tight end, Tavion Gardner, number 85. And our third penalty already. This one will go against the Eagles.
Dead ball foul. Full start. Offense. Number 67. 5 yards from the previous spot. Remains first down.
So 1st and 15. Also Wounded Warrior Project night. Obviously the 20th anniversary of 9/11 happening just last weekend. 12th year Jefferson football has been involved with Wounded Warrior Project. If you want to donate, you can visit the Jaguar football website for more on that. Just such a worthy cause that Coach Carlson talked about on Tuesday on Inside Jefferson Football. 2nd and 15, another penalty. Not much room for Elliott. Aiden Bertrand closed the hole quickly, joined by Kashawn Cobald. We'll check the flags. Officials have been busy here early. In an illegal formation.
Illegal formation. Offense. 5 players in the backfield. 5 yards from the previous spot. Remains first down.
So now 1st and 20. In what is probably 4 down territory unless Apple Valley loses a bunch more yards. Wyan checking the defense. Handoff Elliott, right side, broke a tackle. And got down to the 31-yard line. Gain of 5. Good pursuit by the Jaguars. That looked like it could have gone for more yards, but Jefferson flowed to the football nicely. That broken tackle there, and then helping over there, Brock Edwards and others. Second and 15, under 7 minutes left, first quarter. Opening drive for Apple Valley, low snap. Wyant flings it, and it's too high, incomplete. Looking for Hayden Hansen. Really seen Apple Valley target already 3 different receivers in the passing game. A little surprising. They have not thrown the ball much through the first 2 weeks. Thrown a little off target, and now 3rd and very long. The clock should be stopped here at 6:30 and rolling, but that was an incomplete pass. See if the officials spot it. They apparently will not. As our BEC scoreboard, or BEC scoreboard there synced up with the scoreboard here at Bloomington Stadium. And I think the officials finally
Game
saw
clock operator, please put 6 minutes and 42 seconds on the game clock. 6:42, and it will start on the snap.
So we've already had 4 penalties and 3 clock resets here in the first half of this first quarter. An important play here on this 3rd down. Apple Valley doesn't need to get the whole bunch on here on 3rd and 15 as it's 4 down territory. Low snap, picked up by Wyant. Rolling left and throwing to a wide open receiver. It's caught at the 23. It's Weens who hangs on, and they get 8 of the 15. And that'll set up Apple Valley to go for it here on 4th down. Second catch for Weens. And the playbook a little bit more open now here as it's just 4th down, and they'll call it 6. Need to take it to the Jaguars 16-yard line.
Big play.
Is that the voice of Stan Shea I'm hearing?
Timeout, Apple Valley. Their first charge, timeout of the half.
Josh, this has been a good march. I mean,
There
Apple
you
Valley
go.
spreads you so thin that play action that they've had some people open. He's overthrown a couple. I did not like that interference call early there. It didn't look like much of a penalty. But what a great kickoff return for us.
Well, great to hear your voice, Stan. Great to have you back here on our broadcast. I know we're in separate booths right now. Hopefully I'll see you at halftime. But what a start, though, for Jefferson. They get that 90-yard kick return to really give them a short field, and it was an easy touchdown from there for the Jaguars.
That'll be in our highlight reel forever. The blocking was perfect. You see the lane open up, and he was gone right away. He wasn't touched until he was down inside the 10, I don't think.
There's the Apple Valley students that have migrated about 15 minutes northwest here to Bloomington Stadium. So here we
Big
go,
play.
4th down and 6. Couple low snaps here early for Apple Valley. See if they can get that fixed. This one a little low. Wyant flings it out.
Okay, I think we're
on
in good
target.
shape.
Jefferson
We're in good
rallying
shape.
to
Well
the
played.
football. And they don't need any rallying. It was a solo tackle for Austin Croup in space, and the Jaguars bend but don't break. They take over. Just a great tackle here, Stan. I know you love to see that type of open field tackling.
That was a great play. Well covered from the get-go. And a nice tackle by number 1 there. Great tackle.
Austin Croup, will also see him on offense as he trots out. He's a wide receiver for Jefferson. So Jaguars, second offensive possession, a little bit further to go this time as they start from their own 29-yard line. And it's Robbie Traylor from the shotgun. Handoff, Aiden Bertrand, big hole. Bertrand breaks a tackle, and they'll have a first down.
Josh, last Friday night up at St. Louis Park, Bertrand ran so well. Not a real big guy, but he reads so well. He played a great game. You know, we're leading 20-10 early in the fourth quarter, and Park had a big bruising running back that we just had a hard time tackling all night long. A tough loss, but we played hard. We played very hard. It's too bad we didn't get a win.
Such an exciting game.
Yep.
Here's Traylor, swing pass to Croup. And he makes a man miss. Austin Croup has another first down into Apple Valley territory at the 49-yard line. So another gain of 11 there for Jefferson. First completion for Robbie Traylor.
Well done.
A little bit of an unorthodox throwing motion for Traylor, but he's been very accurate so far this year for Jefferson at over 50% completion percentage for the season.
Just get it from point A to point B and make a catch. It's okay.
Jefferson doing it without one of their best receivers in sophomore Daniel Freitag gone for the year. Here's a toss to Bertrand. And not much there. Apple Valley did a nice job to string that out to the weak side of the field. Just a gain of a yard for Aiden Bertrand. We'll also probably see Brock Edwards. That's kind of the thunder and lightning, if you will, with Bertrand kind of the smaller, shiftier guy, and then Edwards is more of that big bruiser.
Yeah, you're right. That came out loud and clear up at Park. Whoops.
Here's a bad snap. Traylor needs to not make a bigger mistake. He picks it up. Probably should have thrown it over toward us here right as soon as he picked that thing up, Stan, but at least he avoided further damage, although it's a big loss back to the 41-yard line, or correction, 36-yard line.
You were right on at St. Louis Park. Bertrand ran hard and ran a lot, and Edwards came in and just kind of a bruiser. Ran very hard and picked up some big yardage for us. A good running back. Two different type of running backs.
3rd and 26. That snap almost got away from Traylor, and all he can do is fall forward. So both teams, some early issues with the shotgun snaps. That's effectively as good as a turnover for Jefferson as they'll punt for the first time. And it'll be Traylor. And this is one of the benefits that I've seen on tape for Jefferson. He's their regular punter, and when they get into situations, they can catch teams with that. He'll just drop back a couple steps from his shotgun position, and they don't really have a return man back there. This time they do, obviously.
every punt at St. Louis Park, they never had a return man because he kicked out of that short yardage shotgun formation. It kept Park off balance all night long.
It takes a good Jaguar bounce. 20 or 35-yard kick, no return. So Apple Valley back on offense with 4:12 left in the first quarter. Alongside Stan Shea and Alex Redding, Josh Powers with you. Stan, what a gorgeous day and evening we have here.
It's perfect. I have never seen this stadium turf look any better than it does tonight. The grass is spotless. It's whoever the maintenance person is, it's the best I've ever seen it. It's beautiful.
Love the new lines on the field too.
Yep. It's what a great facility.
What a great crowd here too, Stan. A lot of energy in the building.
Yep, exactly.
So the first Apple Valley drive was pretty successful, but they didn't get points.
They did some nasty things.
This drive number 2 is Wyand hands it off to Elliott up the middle.
Pretty well played by the entire middle of our defense.
Better job after that initial 12-yard run by Elliott. He's been slowed down since on his next 3 carries. That one just a gain of 3.
Last week at Park, Kashawn Scott Cobold, defensive end, number 49, made some incredible plays. Had some big sacks and just did a great job. Made plays all over the field.
Such a key player for Jefferson, number 49. Motion again on Jefferson. They got a little jumpy. It's already the 5th penalty combined.
Encroachment. Defense, number 33. 5 yards from the previous spot. Remains 2nd down.
So now a much easier conversion.
Mistakes are going to happen. Right?
Second and 2 on the end around. Running room for Weens.
We may have a hold, possibly.
It looks in the area of holding on that end around to Weens, who already has 2 catches.
You watch college football on Saturday and you watch high school football now. It's
Number
the
13.
Spread formation, it's
10 yards
motion
out of the
and
foul.
run zone up
2nd
inside and
down.
outside. They all look the same. It's hard to defend.
So instead of 2nd and short, now 2nd and long. That's a spot foul. It'll be 2nd and 8. Here late first quarter as we start to get fully under the lights here at Bloomington Stadium. Two wide receivers this side. It'll be Wyant who rolls and throws on target. Catch made out there by Hayden Hansen. Good open field tackle by the Jaguars to save the first down. It'll be 3rd and 2 on a gain of 6.
Little naked QB action like that is so hard to cover. Your outside backer has got to play honest, and it's just easy to get him in the seam back there. Very hard to defend.
I want to wish Kennedy a bit of luck as well in their game. They play Minneapolis-Washburn tonight. We'll try to get you score updates on that one as this game progresses. Here's a 3rd and short. It's Elliott. He'll have a first down. Big hole on the left side. Elliott out to the 45-yard line. They move the sticks again. And our apologies here. It is first quarter. Again, our BEC scoreboard synced up with our in-house scoreboard. They do have the second quarter up. It is first quarter action, so there's really not anything we can do to change that, unfortunately. Fresh set of downs for Apple Valley and another penalty. It has been a choppy start here to this one, Stan.
I don't know if it's the
Foul.
cadence they're changing.
Defense.
Probably
Number 77.
changing cadence a
5
little
yards
bit to
from
get us to
spot.
jump a little. It
Remain
happens
first
a
down.
lot.
That's a third offsides penalty on Jefferson. There have been some long counts by Wyand, but it's been working.
Yeah, you want to sit and read that football. When it moves, then you can go, but don't go until it does. Forget the cadence.
So 1st and 5, handoff Elliott, right side. Broke a tackle and falls forward for another first down. He's down to the 44-yard line.
He's a 205-pound running back. I'm amazed just the early going here that Apple Valley's only scored 1 touchdown in 2 games. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, their offense
They
at least.
execute well. The quarterback throws well. Yeah, and they do some nasty things. The halfback pass early, they had him wide open, overthrew him.
Yeah, that was certainly a missed opportunity for Apple Valley, but their offense, I agree, Coach, it looks promising tonight.
They look sharp.
Under a minute here, first quarter. They've updated this. Well, we've updated our scoreboard. They haven't yet in-house. Good work by our crew. Handoff is blown up in the backfield. It'll be a tackle for loss. Is getting in there right away. Jada Gabriel, number 62, was all over it for the Jaguars. That will likely be the final play of the first quarter. That's where if you just don't give up the big play, Stan, and you get 1 tackle for loss, it really just gets the other team off schedule.
That's exactly right, yeah.
As we've reached the end of the first. Early fireworks for the Jaguars. They scored a minute 7 in.
Of the first quarter.
Off to a great start. Josh, because of COVID in that last year, this is the least familiar I've been with our football players. I saw a bunch of them at our football golf day, but haven't been able to be at practices, and did see them up at St. Louis Park, and they played hard and they played pretty darn well. Should have come away with a win, we think, but you'd be proud of their effort. And I know they had a great effort against Chaska in the opening game. I was at the Gopher game. I kept getting texts from Kelly Carlson, Tim's wife, and kept me posted. And, you know, they're within a touchdown early in the fourth quarter. It was a close game, so we had to have played well. And I know Tim said he was proud of our effort, you know.
Well, Jefferson had fallen behind in both of their games in the first quarter, but obviously they've taken the early lead here. Let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Alex Redding. Alex?
Hey guys, thank you. Well, I'm here with Sarah Holland, class of 2004 Jefferson Jaguar basketball star. How you doing tonight on Hall of Fame night?
Doing great. This is awesome to be back in the Jaguar family.
Awesome. So congratulations on getting inducted into the Jaguar Hall of Fame. I'm pretty sure it has to feel very good for you. Now, just looking back on your career, are there any like defining moments that you kind of look back on and say, wow, yeah, I remember that, you know, with a lot of just reminisce? I mean, kind of talk about that for us.
Yep. Probably one of the most defining moments was my senior year when I hit the 1,000 points. They had a big ceremony and stopped the game and stuff and did that. So that was probably one of the best memories that I have. I didn't know that was coming at the time, so it was a pretty big surprise.
So when you first started out, did you ever think they would make the Jefferson Jaguar Hall of Fame? Were you just trying to, you know, improve your the next level?
I did not ever think this day would come, so it's pretty exciting to be here. Yeah, it was a surprise when I got the letter in the mail, so very excited and honored to be in the Jaguar Hall of Fame.
Now, talk about any obstacles that you had to overcome as a player, you know, just kind of some things like, gosh, you know, that was challenging, but, you know, I'm glad I worked through it. Just kind of some of the things you had to learn throughout the program to get to where you were.
Yeah, you know, I played basketball all year round, and so some of the obstacles really, my brother and sister pushed me in the backyard, so that's kind of, I think, where I came to be the player I am. Otherwise, obstacles in general, I just came every game with my head ready to play and just take it game by game. So
there obviously has to be special people in your life to influence that. Kind of talk about some of the people that were influential to you in your journey through Jefferson basketball.
Yes, in the Jaguar world, definitely Coach Terry Hunts and Coach Terry Roeder. They were a huge influence in my life, as well as my dad coached me all the way growing up in basketball, and grandparents and my sister and brother and fans and stuff, everyone who came to support us in the games. So can't thank them enough. I wouldn't be here without them. So
Sounds awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah, for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the evening festivities here at Bloomington Stadium. Good to have you on.
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Back upstairs, Josh and Stan, you got the mic.
All right, thanks, Alex. Big fourth down here for the Jaguar defense. 4th and 4. High snap, another end around. And it'll be, this is going to be very close. Tackle made by Isaac Sevig. That is right at the stick.
You know, I think he's it's going to be very close.
It was Aiden Weens again on that end around. Watch
the official
Sevig
coming in from the far side has got it about a half a yard.
They're going to measure. Yeah. Great to see. Now, I know her as Sarah Austin. She's married now, but Stan, she played basketball with my sister all growing up, and they were always on the same team together, coached by her dad until they got to high school. Yeah. Great to see. Super deserving of Jaguar Hall of Fame induction tonight.
That's right. She's a great player, and Jefferson Girls basketball was strong for many years. Great program.
So here we go. Let's hope the chain links go the Jaguars' way. They had some tough calls and breaks go against them last week.
I think
Can they get one tonight?
I think they're going to be short by an
They
inch.
are short. It'll be Jaguar ball. You called it, Coach.
Yeah, right. It's
your
not
eyes
my eyesight.
Your eyes are as good as ever. You
Right.
said a half yard short, and boy, it was right there.
Big play. The long pass. You know, D-back got a hand on it just as it was being caught, and what a great play by him to shake it loose.
Yeah, that was Riley Regan, and that deep ball was open again.
Yeah.
Stan, two shots that Apple Valley's taken, and they should have probably connected on both of them.
That scares you as a coach.
But not panicking was Regan, and he kind of watched the receiver's hands and timed that one well, even though his back was to the play. So Jaguar ball, they're taking a shot deep, and it is going to be incomplete.
Good throw, very near completion.
Blake Mamalakis. That was just maybe an inch or two short. He stretched out for it, just couldn't quite complete the catch. A very difficult catch to come up with. Here's a run, quarterback designed run for Traylor. Gain of 2 out to the 36-yard line, 3rd and long for Jefferson. Really, Apple Valley's dominated time of possession here, Coach. We had the big kick return to start the game, so that was a short drive. They went 3 and out on their next possession, and now this is possession number 3 for Jefferson.
Yeah, Apple Valley's offense has looked good. They're sound. They throw well, and they got a big bruising running back who runs hard.
And correction, it wasn't a 3 and out on that second drive. They got a couple first downs, but then backtracked. Here's Traylor on the move, 3rd and long, and now it'll be 4th down as he's sacked. Tavion Gardner provided the pressure. And the Apple Valley defense, they only gave up 21 points last week against Hastings. And they should get pretty good field position here.
In talking with the coaching staff at Jefferson, they said Apple Valley has looked good. Haven't scored a lot of points, but has looked very good and are dangerous. And that's the way it looks tonight.
Outer back deep. This is a low kick by Traylor. Takes a nice Jaguar bounce. It's a 28-yard punt, no return. Apple Valley football near midfield with 10:06 left first quarter. See the Jaguar coaches on the sidelines wearing those camouflage caps supporting the Wounded Warrior Project. Such a special organization, and obviously we talked about it with Coach Carlson on Tuesday, Stan, but the recent 20th anniversary of 9/11, the Burnett family has been all over the media. Yep. Saw them on Dateline. They've been on 2020. They were at the Gopher game where we were at last week. Just a special time to support that
what a great
worthy
family.
cause.
Great family.
You said a very great family. Here's a pass again and caught. This time Howder out near midfield. They haven't thrown much, but Timothy Wyant He's looked accurate on these rollouts, Coach. They've got something with that play-action pass.
Yeah, they do, and they have the field spread so thin, it's easy for a QB to read it, because if there's a receiver open, it's easy to find him.
It was a gain of 7. Wyatt now 4 out of 6. He'd want that deep ball back, but he's been pretty well on target otherwise. And a 2nd and 3 with Elliott behind him. It'll be Elliott, and he's tackled in the backfield for a loss. Maximo San Roman.
He made some big plays last week up at Park. Not a real big guy, but he plays with a big heart.
One play, do it a helmet off.
You got to love that linebacker where they got the big the neck brace back there. Not brace is the wrong word, but the big neck pillow, I guess.
Yeah, the neck donut, right.
There you go. So 3rd and 4 now, under 9 minutes left first half.
Big play.
You would think play action pass here with Wyant on the move. Instead they go over the middle. It's caught by Howder. And Howder breaks the tackle at the 40. Still on the move. Inside the 20-yard line. So they've been using all those rollouts, Coach, and they go with a little read option.
Yep, a little ride up inside, freeze a linebacker, and just dump it over the top. Well-designed play, well executed.
A gain of 30. Apple Valley doing a nice job of breaking some tendencies here in this first half.
They are. Nasty play action.
And they complete a drive here. They're down to the 17-yard line. It's Wyant on the straight keeper, left side holding penalty.
Yeah,
that was
it.
about as obvious as you can get.
Yep.
It was Brock Edwards. Did a nice job of selling it too, Coach. That's the other thing.
Wow.
And you get big 33 when he's held. That's going to draw some attention.
That's right. You can see the jersey stretching too. Josh, at the Gopher game
offense, number 64.
The Gopher game last week. Is that you doing the voice and the color of the band? It sounded like your voice.
Yes, I do the pregame show for the band.
Hey, great job. It was fun. I told my wife sitting next to me, I said, that's got to be Josh doing that. It sounded like your voice. What a great job you do, hey.
Well, I love announcing for them. They're the pride of Minnesota. Of course, I was in the band here. They're also the pride of Minnesota, the Jaguar marching band, so it kind of fits.
Exactly. Yep.
So now 1st and 20. Hopefully that'll help out this Jaguar defense. Maybe get another 4th down stop. They've already done it twice here in the first half. That was almost their 4th offsides. Here's an end around. This will go nowhere. Howder going backwards again. Loss of 3 more.
For 49 for Bloomington was out of the game for 1 play.
We run a lot of players defensively. At Park the other night, they were shuffling bodies all the time to keep them fresh, and that helps. We played a lot of kids.
So things getting tougher for Apple Valley. 2nd down and 23 now. In the backfield, number 25, Marcel Booth. Another low snap. Picked up and going nowhere. Wyant. Another tackle for loss.
30.
4 more yards to the negative. Made it pretty easy for Daniel Weber. So 3rd down and 27 officially. Need to get a pretty big chunk of it to have a reasonable shot on 4th down. Another flag. Wyant flings it deep into double coverage, and it's incomplete.
Well covered. May have a motion penalty, possibly.
I think another illegal formation, I believe, here on Apple Valley. And I would decline this one here, Coach.
Yep.
Go ahead and make it 4th and 27.
Yeah, Josh, you mentioned the Burnett family, that 9/11 and that. Tim Carlson has these players doing things year-round, helping people. They spend a day over at the vets home playing bingo with a lot of the guys. It's such a great experience for these kids to do something for somebody else. It's a great part of their training, and Tim and his staff, they do so much off the field that are important things in these kids' lives.
So no penalty there, and the incomplete pass brings up 4th down and 27. Now you could punt it from here at the 35-yard line. We'll see if that's what they do, or will they line up to, they're going to line up to go for it. Need to take it all the way inside the 10. And now they're going to kick it here with Elliott, and the snap is over his head. And he has to fall back on it at the 47-yard line of Apple Valley. So that kind of blows up in the Eagles' face.
Sometimes you try to do too much.
Now, that's similar to what we see from the Jaguars, but they've had some low snaps, and this one was too high. Elliott does the smart thing and falls on it.
Exactly.
But Jefferson takes over, so the defense, again, they got all the way to the 17 that time. That holding penalty really hurt them, Stan.
It sure did. They were marked. They've marched twice and marched well, and have hurt themselves with penalties.
It's 3 drives into Jefferson territory for Apple Valley, none of them resulting in points. So now the Jaguars take over in plus territory. And it's Bertrand trying to get the ground game going, and they're going to blow it dead with forward progress.
He runs hard.
Stop. 2nd down.
I think he had 110 yards up at St. Louis Park, and he ran run after run after run, hard and smart. He reads it well. He's got great balance. Dad, I believe, is a Jefferson student back in the 90s, I believe.
So 2nd and 11 for Jefferson. And pass over the middle. Great catch by Isaac.
Good throw and a good catch.
Isaac Sevig, that looked dangerous for a moment, and then 84 stretched out those arms and hauled it in. It'll be 3rd and 5 for Jefferson. Quickly down to Alex Redding on the sidelines. Alex?
Thank you, guys. I got a score update from the Kennedy-Minneapolis-Washburn game. And can you guys guess who's up 28-0 at halftime right now? Well, again, let me tell you something. I'm going to give you the answer to that. The Kennedy Eagles are routing the Millers right now, 28-0. And it's been a big offensive quarter for Kennedy. Said Al-Hassani with 2 ground touchdowns in the game so far, with Zachariah Zesh also finding pay dirt. And also Marquez Monroe also found an interception too. Back upstairs to Stan and Josh.
1st down.
Well, good news for the Jaguars. That penalty gives them a 1st down, and great news for the Kennedy Eagles as well. They seem well on their way to victory. It'll probably be a happy bunch of Eagles on Tuesday for Inside Kennedy football. Quick out on the bubble screen.
Well done.
Austin Croup breaks a tackle, and Croup near the 20. He's pushed out with another 1st down.
Nice job by Traylor. Got out there in a hurry and a nice run.
And a nice block downfield as well by Jude Wilcock, number 14. Gain of 13 for the Jaguars. 2nd catch for Croup. Back to Bertrand on the ground left side, and slipped right at the 21-yard line. Had Connor Elliott approaching him quickly. So he'll get credit for the tackle. Gain of 1 for Jefferson. Be a big touchdown here before the half. Apple Valley does get the option to receive the 2nd half kickoff. Then a fast-moving 2nd quarter. On the move, Traylor floats it into the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Awfully close.
It was Max Clark who had the big kick return to start the game. There is a flag down in the Apple Valley secondary. It was a flag away from where that catch was attempted near the pylon.
Hopefully they march north here.
It has been a penalty-filled first half.
Full receiver, downfield, offense, number 55. That penalty is declined, third down.
Well, it would have been our 10th combined penalty between the teams, but it was declined by Apple Valley. 3rd and 9, a field goal from here, about 38 yards. So an interesting down here to call on 3rd and 9, and it might now be 3rd and 4. I think it will be.
I don't know if it's cadence. Both teams are doing it. A lot of these defensive linemen are jumping.
Number 2, 5 yards from the previous spot, remains 3rd down.
Emilio Patterson just made this 3rd down a whole lot easier for Jefferson, and now probably 4 down territory. Three wide receivers. Eagles really stacked up near the line of scrimmage. On the roll, Trailer wanted Bertrand, he's covered. Instead, the out route is complete.
Nice
it's
shot.
A first down.
You know, Trailer has a knack of getting the ball. He releases it so quickly, it looked like he was not going to get that off.
It's Nate Habermas on the catch.
Habernath, they threw him an alley-oop at St. Louis Park. We look for it because he's 6'8". How often do you see a high school wide receiver 6'8"? I've not seen one yet. Nice young man. Talked to him tonight for a little bit before the game.
1st and goal for Jefferson. On the move.
All right.
It's Trailer. Get some positive yards down close to the 5-yard line.
Josh, have you seen a 6'8" wide receiver in high school?
Well, the Gophers, not in high school, the Gophers had a 6'10" wide tight end a few years back.
There you go, yeah.
But it is not, you don't see it often.
He made an alley-oop catch up out at St. Louis Park last Friday. Great throw, great catch.
2nd and goal, and we're going to get a timeout. 3:43 left.
Apple Valley, their second charge timeout of the half.
First timeout, or second timeout of the half for Apple Valley. They have just one left.
We've done more things offensively in this series. It's been a nice drive. Trailer has thrown a couple of very good balls and a good march.
And you like that play there by Trailer on that 3rd down because they wanted to throw that back to Aiden Bertrand out of the backfield. That was well covered by Apple Valley, so a nice job by Trailer to extend the play and eventually find Habermas on the sidelines.
Exactly. He can buy himself some time, which is great.
Reminder, stick around at halftime. Hall of Fame ceremony, the induction for 3 Jaguars. We already had an interview with Sarah Hohen from the class of 2004. Also honored tonight will be Robert Klungness, former teacher and coach for Jefferson, and also Steve Nelson, back in the class of 78, former Jaguar football, basketball, and track and field athlete for the Jaguars.
Steve Nelson's brother Mark is accepting for Steve. Mark was the academic advisor at the University of Minnesota for about 6-7 years, not long ago.
Jefferson trying to punch it in from the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal, handoff up the middle. Brock Edwards, his first carry of the game. Good guy to use near the goal line, but he only gets a yard. It'll be 3rd down.
Brock had a couple big runs at St. Louis Park. He runs hard.
Was able to talk to Brock on Tuesday for Inside Jefferson Football. 3rd and goal. Trailer, wide snap. He caught it
wide open.
In the end zone. Sevig, and he's actually not in the end zone. Bumped out at the 1.
Looked like it was in from up here, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah.
3-yard completion to Sevig. And now 4th and goal from the 1 here. Stan, what would you do? Or I think the decision's already been made. Jefferson's going to go.
Trailer is a good guy in sneak. You never know. They've scouted it. They know what they want to do. We'll see what happens.
It's a good decision here. You got 3 timeouts. Probably don't need them the rest
Timeout,
of the way.
Jefferson. their first charge, timeout of the half.
It's an important play in the game, too, for Jefferson. They have a chance to go up by 2 scores right
huge.
before halftime. Jefferson's going to talk about it. A lot of options here. You got the sneak, which we saw for Jefferson's first touchdown. You got Brock Edwards in the backfield, and then you've got the legs of Traylor. Jefferson has some weapons in the tight end position, too.
You see a lot of things down here. You may see some motion. There are so many things you do, mainly to distract. Sneak could probably be the play you bet on from most teams.
Ball is inside the 1. Boy, what a great crowd here at Bloomington Stadium. Hopefully Jefferson's going to give them a chance to cheer a little bit louder here on this 4th down and goal play. Already been some big 4th downs in this game. Jefferson's twice stopped Apple Valley on downs. You had that high snap on the most recent punt, which gave Jefferson good starting field position for this drive, and now the Jaguars face their first 4th down of the game. A little confusion here for Jefferson. Is Aiden Bertrand trying to run in late, and Coach Carlson has to call a timeout. He was not happy.
Timeout, Jefferson. Their second charge, timeout of the half.
But it at least avoids a penalty there, which would be
exactly.
Which would maybe end their thought of going for it here on this 4th and goal. Jaguar marching band also, they'll perform at halftime. Great to see the band back performing pregame and halftime shows. Forget all was taken away, Coach. We got to play some football last fall, but it just wasn't quite normal. And now look at that. That's what you're used to seeing
exactly
on Friday nights across the country.
It was a tough year. It's been a tough year.
So here we go, 4th and goal. Jefferson has the appropriate amount of players out there. See if they can punch it in. This trailer goes under center. And they go stretch play, and it'll be an easy walk-in touchdown for Aiden Bertrand.
Good call, well blocked. I'm sure Apple Valley was thinking sneak. That's what you put money on, and a great call by Jefferson, a great run. Good, well blocked.
First touchdown of the season for the senior Aiden Bertrand, and it was definitely worth that extra timeout, Stan, to make sure Jefferson got it right.
It was worth it for Bertrand. Oh, that's got to be offside Apple Valley.
Luke Swanson on for the point after.
Dead ball foul, encroachment, defense, number 5, half the distance to the goal line, retry.
Now you set up an interesting, could maybe go for it. Jefferson, I think, is going to just take the point here if they can with Swanson.
You got a good kicker, normally you kick it, you just never know.
More
good hit.
whistles.
Good hit.
More flags. That was the 7th penalty on Apple Valley of the first half. Jefferson, they have 4 themselves.
What is this?
Dead ball foul, encroachment, defense, number 67.
Decline.
Half the distance to the goal line, point for try.
Well, now you're half again to the, you're about at the .75 yard line if my math is correct here.
I had a math teacher say if you go halfway every time, will you ever get there? The answer is no.
No, they won't put that in for an automatic 2-point conversion. There's only about a yard penalty.
All right,
and
good
Swanson
hit.
bangs it through.
Yeah. Good march, some big plays, especially the short 1-yard touchdown, a great call.
Yeah, none more important than this 1-yard touchdown for Aiden Bertrand on 4th down. And a 48-yard drive for Jefferson, again set up by that botched punt, that snap that was over the head of Elliott. And it was easy enough for Bertrand, a big hole left side. Apple Valley not expecting that play.
A couple of big plays that didn't go Apple Valley's way. The halfback pass where they had us beat bad, and then the deep pass down to a right end zone here where we get a deep back, got a hand on it right at the last second. Those are 2 huge plays that have helped us a lot.
Tyler Davidowitz, great pulling block, number 52 for Jefferson. Sealed it for Aiden Bertrand. And a big touchdown for Jefferson. They score early in the half, they score late in the half.
And we bent a little, but we haven't broken on defense. We've made some big plays, and Apple Valley's helped us a little with some mistakes too.
Some mistakes, some penalties, and missed opportunities, I think, is the story of the first half for Apple Valley.
All right.
To return out to the 35-yard line. And some pushing and shoving. Jefferson needs to be careful. There's plenty of time here for the Eagles, although they only have one timeout. And again, they get the ball to start the second half. So if you're Apple Valley here, Coach Clendenning, you could score here, then get the ball back. You're right back in this game.
Yeah, that's right. And they can move the football fast. He throws deep. He throws well. He's looked awfully good so far.
Get the halftime totals, but Apple Valley outgaining Jefferson so far in this game, total yards.
I am sure in time of possession, I'm guessing, is on their side too.
But special teams has been in Jefferson's favor. The long kick return, then the miscue by Apple Valley. It's Wyant, and this one, that might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. That was well behind the intended target, Jaden Garrison.
I think you're right. It may have been deflected.
Kashawn Cobald was in the area. It's incomplete. Now Jefferson on their end. They have one timeout left. They could maybe think about getting the ball back if they're successful here on second down.
Okay, we're making some changes here.
Going two deep safeties, another low snap. Wyant pass is complete. It's Hayden Hansen, and he's out of bounds. See where they spot this. It's going to be a first down. They mark it at the 45-yard line. So Apple Valley moves the chains. Wyant now 6 out of 10 through the air.
He's thrown well. He looks good.
Clock back on the move again. They wind it if there's more than 2 minutes left. Wyant looks deep, far side, busted coverage, and the pass is too far. That is the third missed deep shot, and they've all been there for the Eagles. Scary stuff for the Jaguars secondary.
Yeah.
Now one was thrown by the wide receiver, Schlichting on an end around, but there's two deep shots that Wyant would like to have back. Ian Howder was open, to say the least.
May have been a little mix up in the secondary. I'm not sure. Normally you don't get somebody that open.
4 wide receivers here on 2nd and 10. And I think Chad Clendenning just called the final timeout of the half for Apple Valley.
Their third and final charge timeout of the half.
Reminder, 2021 Jefferson Hall of Fame induction at halftime, as well as the Jaguar football marching band will take the field. Stick around, all the pageantry back at Bloomington Stadium.
Those uniforms are identical to the ones we wore in 1970 when we opened the season. They're sharp looking. I like them.
That's Stan Shea. I'm Josh Powers. Great to have you back here, Stan.
It's good to be back with you guys. You guys do such a tremendous job.
Yeah, Tom Ringdahl, our station director. Paul Fournier, our director tonight, Brandon McKenzie, and the entire crew.
Yeah, exactly.
Great work once again.
Job. Tom Ringdahl and I can speak just a little bit of Norwegian. Not much. Lite Gling.
Wyant, another deep ball. This one out of bounds.
All right.
Good coverage there by the Jaguars. It was Riley Regan who broke up that other deep shot. He was step for step there, and now 3rd and long.
We could get it back with about 2 minutes left and a half here, too.
Yeah, it's possible. Jefferson 1 timeout left. We'll see what Apple Valley decides to do here, how aggressive they want to be. Wyant to throw, looking this side, wants to roll, wants to run, makes a great cut, has a first down and more. And Wyant down to the 34-yard line. Some improvisation.
Yeah, big play by the QB.
19-yard rush on 3rd and long, keeps the drive moving. Looked like Jefferson had him pinned along the sidelines with 3 defenders, but Wyant made a nice cut back to the middle of the field. And now they work quickly with the clock on the move. Wyant, another ball up the seam, it's caught! Apple Valley, touchdown! Hayden Hansen. That deep ball was right on target.
Right in the seam between the safety and the corner. It was an awfully well thrown ball. He didn't hang it up. He put it on a line. It got there in a hurry. That's a well done, well executed by Apple Valley.
First passing touchdown of the year for quarterback Timothy Wyant. Apple Valley airing it out with 13 pass attempts here in this first half. Antonio Santoya, point after, is good. Jaguar lead cut in half. A big drive for the Eagles. Looked like Jefferson might be up 2 scores at the break, but the Eagles making plays through the air, and that big 3rd down scramble by Wyant set it up.
Apple Valley has a colorful student section, don't they?
Just a great throw here by Wyant.
Yeah.
Definitely his best throw of the half. Hansen was able to stretch just across the line. Gives the visitors a chance to make some noise. Wonder if they all get together on like a group chat stand and coordinate who's going to wear what color over there.
But there's a lot of fluorescent over there.
So now Jefferson to receive its second kickoff of the game. Their first one, they returned 90 yards that set up the first Jaguar touchdown. We'll see if they kick it deep to Max Clark again.
A replay would look real good.
Santoya kick, boots it deep again. He's going to give Clark a shot at it. Clark at the 1. Right in the corner, but Clark has an alley. There's a flag, couple of them down. And Clark down at the 15-yard line, so good coverage by the Eagles. That might end, especially now with this penalty. Any thoughts Jefferson has of going for points here right at the end of the half?
Not sure if it's a hold or a clip. I'm not sure.
It'll be the 5th penalty on Jefferson. I know it's Hall of Fame night. This first half probably won't go in the best execution on both teams' Hall of Fames.
Number 52, illegal blindside block. That foul will be assessed. Half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. First down, Jefferson.
And that's that blindside block, which is kind of a new rule, Stan. Can you explain that one for our viewers?
You know what? I think I believe the new rule is you can't hit a defenseless player, someone who does not see you coming.
Right.
You know, years ago, those were big hits, and they'd make the highlight reels, but there really is not a need for it. You're trying to keep players from getting injured. It's a good call. That's new. I'm not 100% certain of what it is, but it makes sense.
Yeah, and I think you explained it well, and really what they want you to do now, all you need to do is really get in the way of that person. That's as good as a block. You don't need to try to blow them up. And I didn't see a huge hit there for Jefferson, but it was enough to get the officials' attention as the Jaguars just making sure they get enough room here to avoid a safety.
Yep.
And Apple Valley, again, they've used all of its timeouts. Jefferson wants to make sure they keep this lead heading into the locker room. Now they've got enough room where probably see a kneel down. And there it is. I'll have to snap it one more time, and again, Apple Valley cannot stop the clock. Shaping up to be a good second half here from Bloomington Stadium.
It's a good ball game. You know what? Both teams have made some mistakes. Both teams have made some big plays. One more kneel down for Traylor. And Jefferson will have the lead heading into the second half. It'll be 14-7. Reminder, Hall of Fame induction ceremony coming up, class of 2021 for Jefferson, as well as the Jaguar Football Marching Band. Jefferson leads here week 3.
That is the end of the first half.
14-7, Apple Valley not shut out this year by the Jaguars. It'll be a much more difficult second half than a year ago for Jefferson.
2 years ago out at Apple Valley, I remember us throwing a halfback pass back to the quarterback for a big touchdown to win the game. A great play. I remember it well.
There have been some close ones with Jefferson and Apple Valley in recent years, and this one close at the half. Jefferson leading 14-7. So we're getting ready to send it down to the sidelines. Alex is with head coach Tim Carlson. Alex.
Thank you, Josh. Coach, just your reflections on the first half and kind of some of the improvements that you think your team needs to work on going into the second half here.
I thought defensively we did a pretty good job of stopping the run. They got a big running back, and we knew that we were going to have to stop him. Our pass defense has been horrid, and we got to improve on that, to be absolutely blunt with you. They get a touchdown. We had 3 guys there, and not one made a play in the ball, and I think they realize that now. I think I made that clear to them going in. Offensively, we got to move the ball. Too many just – we're not attacking their line. They got a good defense line. We got to attack. We got to run the right routes. Too many mental mistakes in the first half against a good physical team.
Any key players in the second half that you think that would be crucial to stopping Apple Valley's offensive presence and just attacking the ball defensively?
Yeah, we just got to knock the ball down. The ball's in the air. It's got to be ours, not theirs.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Up to you guys. Josh and Stan, take it away.
All right, thanks, Alice. We send it down to our house announcer, Kevin Grebner, in the 2021 Hall of Fame induction ceremony.
During her time on the court, Sarah was a 4-time all-conference selection, along with gaining All-State Honorable Mention honors as a junior and senior. In addition, Sarah was a team captain and a team MVP. Currently, Sarah is the all-time leader at Jefferson in field goal percentage, sinking those attempts 57.7% of the time. In addition, Sarah is third all-time in points with 1,142. After Jefferson, Sarah attended the University of Nebraska, Omaha, where she continued her basketball career. Congratulations, Sarah. Next up, we have Robert Klugnes. You have a cheering section out there, Robert. Robert was a longtime science teacher, Nordic skiing coach, and cross-country coach at Bloomington Jefferson, retiring after the 96-97 school year. Here are some of Bob's accomplishments during his coaching career. His boys' Nordic teams finished 4th in the state in 1983 and 3rd in the state in 1984. Bob's 1984 boys cross-country team finished 4th at the state meet and had a number of state meet athletes who were top 10 finishers. Bob's boys Nordic team won 2 state championships in 1985 and 1986 respectively. And his girls Nordic team placed second at the state meet in 1987. In 1986, Bob was elected the Minnesota Nordic Coach of the Year, and in 1988, he was inducted into the Minnesota Nordic Coaches Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Bob. Our next inductee is Steve Nelson. Steve is a 1978 Jefferson graduate. During his time at Jefferson, Steve earned 5 letters. He lettered 2 years in football, 2 years in basketball, and 1 year in track and field. Steve was an all-conference football player, along with being a team captain of both the football and basketball teams his senior year. Steve was also presented the Hawk Award in basketball for being the most inspirational player. In addition, Steve still holds the school record in the shot put. After graduation, Steve attended the University of Idaho on a football scholarship, where he was a 2-year letter winner playing nose guard. Congratulations to Steve. Now, Steve was not able to be here tonight. Accepting on his behalf is his brother Mark Nelson, who is inducted into this Athletic Hall of Fame in 2013. Thank you, Mark, for being here tonight, and again, congratulations to Steve. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our 2021 Jefferson Athletic Hall of Fame class. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you for your contributions to Jefferson High School. Your selections to the Hall of Fame are well deserved. Let's give our inductees one more round of applause. Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls. It's halftime, and for your halftime entertainment this evening, the Jefferson High School Jaguar Marching Band will be performing recent pop music hit songs written and recorded by female artists. The band and flags have been hard at work the past few weeks to give you another exciting halftime extravaganza. And now, please welcome to the field your 2021 Jefferson High School Jaguar Marching Band. Band, take the field. Throughout musical history, women artists have played a major role in shaping the trends in music and its culture. The Jaguar Marching Band celebrates Women of Pop, featuring music by iconic female performing artists. To begin our Women of Pop show, we pay tribute to an artist who has 7 #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. Please enjoy as the band and flags perform Taylor Swift's Shake It Off. Our next song spotlights another iconic female artist whose career accomplishments are unparalleled. Not only is Beyonce the most nominated woman in Grammy Award history with 79 nominations, she also won 28 awards, including becoming the first woman to win 6 Grammys in one night. We now bring our saxophone section to the front, led by senior section leaders Anna Matson and Nathan Brokering. Please enjoy as the saxophones and the band perform Beyonce's hit, Crazy in Love. Next, the Jaguar Marching Band recognizes another female artist who has taken the current musical world by storm. Emerging at the young age of 13, Billie Eilish has become an international star and has a major influence on current music and fashion trends. Featuring the flashy displays of color from our Jefferson Flag Corps, enjoy as the band and flags perform to Billie Eilish's Bad Guy. close this evening's performance, the Jefferson Marching Band performs to music from another influential singer and songwriter. One of the world's best-selling musical artists, Lady Gaga, has received numerous Grammy Awards and MTV Video Music Awards and was named Billboard's Artist of the Year in 2010. Enjoy as the band and flags perform Lady Gaga's hit song, Edge of Glory. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your 2021 Jefferson Jaguar Marching Band. Thank you, band, thank you, flags, and thank you, twirlers. Say, fans, just a reminder,
Welcome back to Football Night in Bloomington here at Bloomington Stadium. Josh Powers and Stan Shea will be with you in just moments for the kickoff of the second half of the Jaguars-Apple Valley Eagles game. I'm here with the brother to Steve Nelson, one of the 2021 Jefferson Athletic Hall of Fame inductee brothers here. Mark, you know Steve very, very well. What would he be saying tonight if he were here?
Steve would be very happy. In fact, I've been texting him and my family, my sisters, my mom. He's very proud. He's, sad he can't be here. He's got work obligations. He lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico, so he couldn't make it up, but asked me to come and accept on his behalf, so I'm very honored.
Talk about what it's like being Steve Nelson's brother. You know, he has a very successful Jefferson career. What do you remember most about that, just kind of watching that?
Yeah, well, Steve, as a junior and senior, played both ways on football and started, on the football team as a junior, senior, but also started as a junior and then a senior in basketball. He was the captain of the football and basketball team his senior year. And then he went on in spring of his senior year. The coach, I was hoping to see him here, Denny Mulherrick, talked him into coming out for track. He never did track in his life, and he went out because he had a football scholarship to go to Idaho. And Denny said, well, just come out and throw the shot, and then you can go lift weights and work out for your football scholarship. So he went out his senior year and ended up setting the shot put record, which still stands for 43 years. So for us Nelsons, I have an older brother, Paul. He was a 77 grad, and Steve was 78, and I'm 82. We're all pretty proud of Steve's. Every year we're like, yep, we still got the shot put record.
Sounds good. Kind of talk about the person he was and kind of the influence he had on you in your life.
Yeah, well, Steve was very tenacious in athletics, a real competitor, and so I always looked up to him and his teammates. I had two of his teammates I invited here, Kurt Bailey and Todd Mariska, and they say the same thing. Steve was just a dedicated athlete, very tenacious. He actually, his senior year, they went to the regional finals in basketball, lost in double overtime to St. Louis Park, who at that time had Jim Peterson, who is a sophomore, 6'10" sophomore, went on and played for the U, and then 10, 12 years in the NBA. But I sure wish those guys would have made it to the state basketball tournament. They should have. But, yeah, Steve was just a competitor. I looked up to him, growing up, as I did my brother Paul, who is a year older.
All right, appreciate you being on here, Mark. Congratulations on your brother's induction. Thanks for being here tonight. All right, there's the plaque of Steve Nelson, class of 1978, 2021 Jefferson Athletic Hall of Fame inductee. Upstairs to Josh Powers and Stan Shea. Take it away, guys.
Thanks a lot, Alex, and great honor for Steve, but also remember Mark in the Hall of Fame as well. They're in 2013. Inducted. So the Nelson family well represented and certainly deserving of the induction here in 2021. Alongside Stan Shea, I'm Josh Powers. Second half just about underway. Jefferson will kick off to start the second half, leading 14-7. It's a beautiful night, great crowd. Jefferson 24 minutes away. Stan, it was not a very happy Coach Carlson, it seemed, in that interview, sideline interview with Alex, and I'm sure he wasn't that happy of a coach in the locker room as well.
No, you're right. You like to play a little better than they did. They made so many mistakes. Whoops.
There's a near mistake by Apple Valley, turns into an explosive kick return. Nasir Manigo dropped it, then picked it up, and sometimes that can actually help you.
Sometimes it upsets the rhythm. People relax a little bit, and all of a sudden he's up and running, and it happens often.
And sometimes you get a little extra adrenaline boost as a kick returner when you drop it. And it gives Apple Valley its best starting field position of the game out at the 43-yard line. On their most recent drive, Apple Valley found the end zone. Let's see if the Jaguars can tighten that pass defense. Tim Wyant was 7 out of 13 for 102 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions in the first half. Here's another end around, blown up in the backfield. And it'll be a gain, or actually a loss of 1. They'll mark Ian Howder back at the 42-yard line. Looked like number 17, Daniel King, getting in there quickly. And it was King. Good penetration there for the Jaguars. And in addition to those 102 passing yards, that's a high total for Apple Valley, Stan, but it probably should have been a lot more.
It could have been. It could have been. I'm amazed they've only scored 1 touchdown coming into the game because they look sharp.
They have missed 3 deep, wide open receivers.
And they do some very, this is nasty stuff.
Yeah, that rollout has been working all night. It's Weens. He's near the first down. He's a little short into Jefferson territory at the 49-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 2.
They stretch the defense very thin with the offense they're running. It's good stuff. It takes a very disciplined defensive team to stay in position and make plays like this.
4th catch for Weens. Coach Carlson loved the run defense. Why not? Just 30 yards on the ground for Connor Elliott, and 12 of those came on the first play from scrimmage. Jefferson's really not allowed much since. But it's been Wyant who's been able to find the holes. Here's a 3rd and short. Elliott up the middle, goes nowhere.
It's going to be 4th and about a yard.
May have got back to the line, but that's it. And now the first tough decision for Chad Clendenning here in the second half.
4th and 1, big play for Apple Valley.
Good job blowing that up. Kashawn Cobalt was there too on the end to seal it. Jefferson's D line getting active in the run game there. It looked like Jada Gabriel again, 62.
This is a little bit of a gamble.
This is a gamble. They could
Big
punt it and try to
position.
pin Jefferson deep, but they're going to go. Maybe. Remember, they tried to kick out of this formation. It's Elliott, and he has the first down and much more. Big conversion for Apple Valley. 4th downs have been a problem in this game until now. It's a run of 10 and a first down for Connor Elliott. And now the Eagles in business. Threatening to even this one at 14 apiece if they can finish this drive. Good blocking there by the Apple Valley O-line. It's Wyant as he looks far side. Another deep shot into single coverage and broke it up.
Very well covered.
Nick Kaposius was right there and batted it away.
That's a great play. And that was a good throw. It was on the money. It took a great defensive play to stop it.
Coach C did not like the pass defense in the first half, but I'm sure he liked that effort from Kaposius.
Yeah.
Jefferson's secondary tested in this game. Now 2nd and 10. Opening possession, 3rd quarter. Apple Valley scored on its last drive to end the first half. And a sack!
All right.
It's Maximo San Roman again, his 2nd tackle for loss.
He made some big plays last week at St. Louis Park. His timing is incredible. What a great play. 3rd and 15. 16.
Big time TFL.
Yeah.
San Roman. Not the biggest guy, 5'7", 166, but when you have timing like that, Coach.
Yeah, you can't coach desire. He's got it. He makes big plays often.
3rd and 16. 2 deep safety look for Jefferson. They'll concede the underneath stuff here on 3rd and long, it appears. Long count for Wyant. They may have ran out of time.
It might be a delay game.
Remember, Apple Valley had 8 penalties in the first half.
Number 7, 5 yards from the previous spot, remain 3rd down.
And now 9 penalties. 2 of those were encroachment on a Jefferson extra point that netted Jefferson about 1.5 yards of total yards on those 2. But still, even taking those out, that's 7 penalties in just over a half.
Big play. If we haven't seen a screen pass yet from Apple Valley, it's a time where it may be a good call.
Another long count for Wyant, and they'll hand it off to Elliott.
Okay.
Trying to get what they can. It'll go for a couple. That's it, though. Jefferson doing a nice job to plug that up. Cobalt was over there, as was Weber, and now a punt for Apple Valley.
Cobalt covers a lot of ground. He makes so many big plays last week. He and Arth were the big playmakers.
Yeah, Arth had that big pick 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Gave Jefferson the lead. Elliott is the punter. This will be, I believe, the first official punt for Apple Valley of the night. Elliott, nice kick. Fair catch called for and made.
Good job of handling it.
Blake Mamalakis at the
Bit
Jaguar
of a
11.
ball, hard to handle.
So the Jaguars get a stop defensively, and now Jefferson offensively. Not the biggest of numbers in this game, just
we're going to see Bertrand run for some yardage here.
17 yards for Aiden Bertrand in the first half, but only 6 carries. Jefferson threw for just 42 yards. Apple Valley has dramatically outgained Jefferson in this game, but the Jaguars lead thanks to special teams. Bertrand swallowed up in the backfield.
Well played up front by that Apple Valley defensive line. Pound for pound, they're bigger than we are. There's no doubt about it.
We don't have number 59 in our program. Our apologies. Nice play, however, by that defensive tackle. And now 2nd and long for Jefferson, and that pass short by Traylor. He was looking for Mamalakis up the seam. And now 3rd and 13. The officials trying to get the attention of the scoreboard operator as that clock is continuing to wind despite the incomplete pass. We saw that back in the first half.
Game clock operator, please put 6:16 on the game clock. 6 minutes, 16 seconds, and it'll start on the snap.
20 seconds.
So a tough situation here for Jefferson, backed up in its own end.
Yeah, very hard.
3rd and 13. Traylor, they'll roll him out right and heaves it out of play. He was being pressured right at the goal line. Not enough time for Habermas to make his cut, and it's a 3 and out for the Jaguars. Jefferson in a little bit of trouble here, Stan. The momentum definitely on Apple Valley's side as Ian Howder is slow to get up for the Eagles.
Officials timeout for an injured defensive player.
Pressure there once again by Tavion Gardner. He's been a menace in the Jaguar backfield tonight.
Might be a leg cramp possibly.
We had a bunch of those last week in the Kennedy game.
Exactly.
My gracious. It was warmer last week, about 80 degrees.
There's a new sports energy drink called Right Stuff. It's got a lot of electrolytes. It's really good stuff. I've started using it even on hot days golfing, and it helps a lot.
Nasir Manigo back deep for Apple Valley. He's standing in Jefferson territory at the 45-yard line. Awaiting the punt from Traylor.
Good snap.
And a nice high kick from
hit.
Traylor.
Yeah, take a bounce now.
Sideways bounce. Down at the Jefferson 33-yard line. So the Eagles now set up with great field position.
They're in 4-down territory right away here.
We haven't talked a lot about Apple Valley's defense tonight, Stan, but they have done a terrific job.
They played well. They're pretty physical. Their front four is
Sideline warning.
very good size.
Jefferson bench. There's no foul yardage associated with it. It is their only warning of the game. First down, Apple Valley.
Both of Jefferson's touchdown drives, remember, one of them, after that big kick return, they only needed to go 5 yards. The other one off of a botched punt, they started in Apple Valley territory. So
You're right.
even though the Eagles trail in this game, their defense has played very well, and now Jefferson's defense, it's their turn to step up again. Midway here through the third quarter. Both teams trying for the first win of the season here in week 3. Wyatt rolls and fires on the move again. Caught again by Hansen, who caught the touchdown back in the first half. Gain of 5 on first down.
Officials timeout for an injured offensive player.
It's the 9th completion in the game for Wyant.
He's on the money with everything. Even his deep balls have been awfully close. They've been thrown well. We made a couple of great plays on some deep passes. One, our defensive back tipped away at the last second. The other one, we made a great play also. But he's thrown the ball on the money all night long.
He threw for just 34 yards last week, but now 118 yards this week. Quickly down to the sidelines, Alex Redding has an update, Alex.
I most certainly do, Josh. And you know what? That Kennedy game, oh yeah, it ended in a Kennedy victory, but you're not going to believe the score. 40-0 as Eastside Pride is in full stride. I got to tell you, next week at Bloomington Stadium is going to be a real fun contest to watch as the Eagles win big over the Millers of Minneapolis Washburn. Back upstairs, guys.
Thanks a lot, Alex.
Good for Kennedy. I spent my first 5 years at Kennedy when I first got out of college. Great school. We had a bunch of good players.
They've won their last 2 games combined by 60 points the last 2 weeks for Kennedy.
Apple Valley, their first charge timeout of the half.
I know this is the Jefferson audience, but we support Kennedy football too here at BEC-TV. Great to see them pick up the win tonight. We'll talk to Coach Kedrick Williams and team on Tuesday on Inside Kennedy football about that big win. Of course, we'll have Inside Jefferson football as well on Tuesday. Will we be talking about a Jaguar win on Tuesday? We hope so. Jefferson's defense needs to bow up here midway through the third quarter.
We're being tested big time.
I know we've said it tonight a few times, Stan, but just the atmosphere. This is what we all remember high school football like. Just great to have it back this year.
Yeah, the Jefferson stands are almost full. It's a great night in Bloomington.
2nd and 5 after the timeout. Design quarterback keeper for Wyant. Ankle tackled at the 28-yard line. Tackle made by Daniel Weber. It'll be 3rd and 3, gain of 2. Playbook wide open here for Apple Valley. Different formation,
they're
though.
lined up tight.
They run a wide receiver on late.
That's illegal. Yep.
Nick Kaposius saw it.
Having a huddle.
Even with the trickery, give Kaposius credit there.
I don't think it was meant to be trickery.
Illegal substitution.
A wide receiver just didn't
number
get the
13.
message.
5 yards from the previous spot. Remains 3rd down.
Yeah, I wasn't sure initially if that receiver was kind of hidden in play along the sidelines and then just kind of ran out the right at the end, or if he was in fact on the sidelines. I think we know
years ago that would happen. You'd have a wide receiver standing near the sideline, and you can't do that.
Penalty number 10 for Apple Valley, and a big one. Now 3rd and 8. A little wildcat for Elliott. Powers forward.
4th and about 3.
Picked up about 5, so they get the penalty yards back, but now it's 4th down.
This is a big play.
Another 4th down chance for the Jaguars. They've already stopped Apple Valley twice on downs in Jefferson territory. Can they do it a 3rd time?
Formation, a power formation again. We haven't seen much of this.
Elliott again with the keeper. Picks his way through for the 1st down. Needed 3, got 6 as we're under 4 minutes left, and the Eagles continue to dominate time of possession.
They line up in that power set. They've got some big bodies out there. They're physical.
We've really seen
We're going to see it again here.
Really seen the variety in the playbook for Apple Valley tonight.
All right, well played by our defense.
Elliott again runs into about 4 Jaguars, led by Eric Refstall. Just a gain of a yard. You know, the Apple Valley coaches were watching that St. Louis Park game last week where I don't know what the weight was on that running back from Park, but it had to be around 250 or so.
Yeah, he's a big guy. I'm guessing at least 2 1/4.
And it wore down the Jaguar defense a little bit in that second half.
All right.
Here's a big TFL.
Well,
it's Kashawn Cobald wrapping up Elliott in the backfield.
he just keeps making big plays. Now we see their normal offense back on the field where they'll be spread out.
Loss of 5. And that might make them come out of this Wildcat package at will. They send Wyant back in.
You could see them going to that and just finding out, could we physically stand up to them? And we did, which is great.
Line to make is the Jaguar 11. 3rd and 13. Over the middle, player wide open. It's Garrison, and he's into the end zone for the Apple Valley touchdown.
Quarterback read that awfully well. Hit the seam real quick. Free safety didn't have time to get there. It's well done by Apple Valley.
Second touchdown pass for Tim Wyant, and it's Garrison. Couldn't have been more wide open. Big conversion on 3rd and 13 to hit that play for a 24-yard touchdown. $140 yards now through the air for Tim Wyant and 2 touchdowns. And we have a tie game late here in the 3rd quarter.
Their quarterback is really playing a good football game.
Can the Jaguar offense respond? Remember, Jefferson led 14-0 with about 3 minutes left in the first half. Apple Valley scored right before half, and now they've scored here in the second half.
Big kickoff return here would help.
Max Clark back deep, as well as Tevin Exie, number 81. It's a younger Jaguar team than most years this year, Stan. Quite a number of sophomores are in the starting lineup and even in the 2 deeps.
Yeah, and
Jefferson.
It's hard. It's hard for sophomores to compete at this level. They're doing a good job, and they'll keep improving.
Santoya kick. And that will go out of play just in front of the pylon.
Free kick, out of bounds. Kicking team. Ball be placed at the 35-yard line, first down.
So Jefferson gets it at the 35-yard line to start this drive.
That helps.
It ended up being a good decision by Clark. He was watching that closely. Ended up twisting in front of that pylon. And the Jaguars get the ground game going tonight. Trailer from the gun with Austin Krupp in motion. Handoff to Austin. To the near side, flag down in the area of holding. Will wipe away likely a gain of 6.
Holding, offense, number 53. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, remains first down.
6th Jaguar penalty. Kui Long, inside Jefferson Guest, back on the football field. Great to see him back. First and 20, trailer, nowhere to go, reverses field. Now tucks it and hit late, and it's a penalty.
Oh.
Big penalty against Apple Valley. Boy, it was going to be 3rd and 20, Stan.
Good job by Trailer of avoiding that.
Eagles just gave the Jaguars a huge first down. And I think of the 11 penalties, this is going to be the least favorite of Chad Clendenning.
Defense, number 2, late hit out of bounds. 15 yards from the end of the run, automatic first down.
That's a big play.
We'll see if that can be, maybe put an asterisk by this one. It was about to be 3rd and 20, and clearly a late hit right there, a couple yards out of bounds.
Yeah, he was well out of bounds.
Maybe back when you were the coach, Stan, they wouldn't have called that, but that's pretty much a norm right now.
It is. It is. They've made the game. They've made the game safer. There's no reason for a hit like that.
Trailer gonna be sacked, and it's Gardner again. What a night for Tavion Gardner.
Yeah.
85 has been everywhere for Apple Valley.
Their defensive front four is a good unit. They play well, and they're big and they're physical, and they play hard.
Loss of 5 back to the 32. Sevig couldn't get there fast enough. Give Gardner credit, he beat him to the block. Bubble screen, and it's dropped by Edwards. He needs to get on that. They did rule it a lateral. Jefferson, credit Edwards for getting on that ball quickly. He realized the situation and avoided a turnover. Especially after a drop, you might see a player hang their head, angry at themselves.
Exactly.
Edwards at least avoided imminent disaster there, but now Jefferson facing 3rd and 20 again. Trailer, deep ball this side, and it's too far. Austin Krupp
hung it up just a little too much.
And it gave time for Noah Alberts to get in the area as well, in coverage.
It was very close.
So now 4th down in Apple Valley.
They're going to have good field position again.
A chance to take the lead. Late here, 3rd quarter. Manigo standing at his own 45.
Good snap.
Low kick. Good Jaguar roll.
All right. Yep, that worked out.
36-yard kick. No return. Down to the sidelines. Alex Redding. Alex.
We got a scoring update for you in the Richfield Minneapolis Southwest contest as the Southwest Lakers lead the Spartans 29-14 with Southwest on their own 29. Back up to Josh and Stan in the booth.
Thanks, Alex. And Richfield will be the next opponent on BEC football. It's a Saturday game, by the way, a week and a day from now. Noon start, Kennedy and Richfield here on BEC-TV. Pass over the middle, nearly intercepted. Daniel King got one hand on it, knocked it down. If he would have got 2 hands on it, probably would have still been running.
I think we're seeing these different game days because it's hard to get officials, right?
Yeah, that story came out.
Yes.
They're moving games, kind of like we did last year. We had games almost on every day of the week, and it's kind of the same story here. So Kennedy has a Saturday game. We have Jefferson on a Thursday coming up later this season.
Yep.
Big time knockdown there by King. 2nd and 10. Wyant under pressure right away. Escapes, flag down. And Wyant also down.
We might have a hold.
I would be shocked if it was anything but a hold, especially thrown by the referee. That's his primary duty back there on those running plays, is to look for it.
Holding, offense, number 69. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, remains second down.
A dozen penalties.
It's going to be 2nd and 25, I think.
And it's a spot foul. Final play of the third quarter likely upcoming here. Apple Valley has come all the way back. They trailed at 1.14-0, now 14-all. Second and 24. They technically don't have to snap before the end of the quarter, but they do. Wyant. Pass intercepted!
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
First turnover of the game, and it goes to the Jaguars. And it's the man who had the pick six last week, Frank
Going on the
Arth.
field is
Arth
an
is in
interception.
the right place
That is
at the
the
right
end
time.
of this third quarter.
And Apple Valley wishes they didn't snap it before the end of the quarter.
Arth did not expect that ball to be there. Look at this.
It looked like that play was kind of disaster from the beginning.
It
Was
did.
the snap was delayed. Clearly the receivers were not in the right spot. And Arth takes advantage.
Mr. Klutz in 2 weeks here.
Jefferson's D needed a big play to change momentum in this game, and they just got it right there from Arth.
That's exactly right. 4-down territory right away. We're still going to see Bertrand bust some plays here.
Can the Jaguars take advantage of another short field as we start the fourth quarter? Stan, I know we've heard already tonight the Hall of Fame class of 2021. Alex was able to interview Sarah Hohen and also the brother of Steve Nelson, who's also honored tonight. But I know you were familiar with the third inductee, Robert Klungnes, former teacher and coach at Jefferson.
Bob Klungnes, you know, another Norwegian like Ringdahl and I. Great guy, very, very passionate cross-country ski coach. Had a lot of kids in the program, did a great job, and also a great classroom teacher.
Here's Jefferson as we start
Here
the
we
fourth
go.
quarter.
Here we go.
Bertrand!
Here we
There's
go.
that run you knew was coming, and it's a touchdown! 29-yard scamper for number 24. And the Jaguars take the lead
Here we
again.
go. I don't think there was a hand put on him. Well blocked, well read.
Second tutty of the night for Aiden Bertrand. So the Jaguars cash in immediately after the interception.
And was that well blocked? I don't think he was touched.
Swanson on for the extra point. Jefferson quickly getting 11 players out there. Big PAT, they missed one last week in the second half that
Good
proved
hit.
costly,
Good
but
hit.
Swanson's been perfect tonight.
All right, big play.
7-point lead once again for Jefferson thanks to this Aiden Bertrand run.
84 with a great block. They have a number of big key blocks there. And Bertrand, he sees the field really well.
And has enough speed to outrun the safety.
Yep.
Mentioned that seal block by Isaac Sevig. Big time momentum plays back to back for Jefferson. First the pick by Arth. And then Bertrand gives Jefferson the lead again. Another short field for the Jaguars to work with. They've been dramatically outgained in this game, but they have led for almost all of it.
That's right. It only matters at the end. Sevig with a great block, great hustle. Stayed with his defender for a long time.
Squib kick. Captured at the 21-yard line.
All
That's
right.
Hansen.
All
He
right.
dives across the 30.
need a big stop this series.
And a nice night for Hayden Hansen, and that touchdown catch leads them in receiving with 4 catches. And Jaguar student section making a little noise. Big crowd here, hoping to make things difficult for the visitors here in the 4th quarter.
It's sure fun to see this side of the bleachers in the stadium full, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just that energy back here at Bloomington Stadium. We saw it last week with Kennedy. Seeing it here tonight with Jefferson. Wyant from the pistol with Howder in motion. Rolls out. Pass toward the sideline, caught. Or was it? Jefferson thinks it was incomplete. It was Aiden Weens, and he did not complete the catch. It'll be 2nd and 10. It's the 20th pass of the night for Apple Valley. And clearly you see the correct call there. Elliott will be in the backfield. We saw one trick play already from Apple Valley. Will they pull another one out here late in this game?
We're coming after him here.
Elliott
well played.
kind of stumbled and broke a tackle. Dragged down by Arth at midfield.
We had him for no gain, and his strength pulled him away.
Instead, it's 17 yards to the good for Apple Valley. Longest run of the night on 16 attempts for Elliott.
That's too bad. Well, that's a big bruising run by number 5.
Both teams have really struggled to get things going on the ground tonight. Credit both defenses. And just shy of midfield, it's Wyant. Nice open field tackle by San Roman to prevent a bigger gain, but Wyant gains 8. Second and 2. Not many more possessions here for Apple Valley. You don't know how many more chances you're going to get in Jefferson territory. They've already used one timeout here in the second half as well. Could be 4-down territory the rest of the way here on this drive. Wyant, he'll run left. Has a block to seal the edge, has a first down. To the 36-yard line. 7 more yards.
Apple Valley's game's pretty much changed. It's gone from a throwing team to running the football a lot right now.
See if they bring back that wild. That was almost a wildcat, although it was Wyant with the straight keeper instead of Elliott, who they've used in the wildcat. Handoff got mixed up in the backfield as Marcel Booth with his first carry of the night, and it was not a productive one for the Eagles.
Good job by our defensive end.
You see the timing, it's going to get a little bit jammed up there, and they were lucky to hold on to that. It was Booth. Loss of 4. Wyant wants to throw. Rolls this way. Waiting for an open receiver. Now heads upfield. And Wyant tiptoeing down the sidelines. Stayed in bounds. And he's inside the 15. That looked a little bit like the big run Jefferson gave up on the last St. Louis Park drive of the game.
Exactly.
When the Orioles tied it late. Let's see if Wyant ever stepped out. I don't think he did. They marked that all the way down to the 13-yard line, in fact.
Yeah. It's a great run by their quarterback. He's a good athlete.
31-yard run.
And now we're back in that power set.
It's Elliott waiting for blocks. Now lowers his shoulders.
Gain of a couple.
Down to the 11, gain of 2. You just wonder, all these runs for Apple Valley, the time of possession, can the Jaguars hold up here defensively?
Apple Valley is really wanting to run the football. They're back in their power set here.
Midway through the fourth quarter, Apple Valley on the move, threatening to tie it again. It's Elliott, right side this time. Pile pushed forward down to the 6.
3rd and about 2.
Will officially be 3rd and 4 as the clock about to hit 7 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Jumbo package with Elliott. Stretching it out left. He's going to be short.
Okay.
It's going to be 4th down. They'll mark it at the 5. It's only a gain of 1, so now 4th, but they need 3 here, Stan.
4th and probably about 2. This is a real big play.
Biggest play of the game upcoming.
Yep.
See if Apple Valley wants to use another timeout, but that would leave him with just 1 left.
It looks like they're going to stay in that power set. We'll see here. We need to stand up physically and play hard.
They are. It's Elliott. You wonder if they've got a throw off of this package at some point. We'll find out. 4th down play. Elliott falls forward. It's going to be very close. VAR official walking in. Apple Valley thinks it's a 1st down, and it is. They needed 2, and they got 2. Midway through the 4th, goal to go for the Eagles. And they're going to stay with the Wildcat Jumbo package. There's really no option here. A lot of times in the Wildcat, you'll have a second back there, and it's just Elliott.
They've just got so many bodies to block.
Bounces it left. Dragged down short.
All right.
Aiden Bertrand prevented the touchdown. Elliott does get a little bit closer, though, as he's down to the 1-yard line. 21st carry for Connor Elliott.
Oh, and I'll tell you what, 13 got away with the hold there on Bertrand.
And Bertrand still made the tackle.
Yeah.
2nd and goal. That far away for Apple Valley. Elliott has the touchdown. The Eagles can tie it with an extra point, or Stan, take the lead with a 2, and I don't see a kicker coming onto the field. Santoya is still on the sidelines.
I'd be surprised. You never know.
They're going to keep the offense out there. This is going to be a 2-point conversion for the lead. Oh, now they do send out. No, they don't. Kicker still on the sidelines. Apple Valley is going to go for the lead here with 5:03 left.
And they're back in their spread, I believe.
I'm just going to move the ball to the far hash. They do bring back Tim Wyant, the quarterback. Elliott behind him, 2-point conversion. Apple Valley for the lead. As Howder goes in motion. Wyant wants to throw that way. Under pressure.
They've got him.
Wyant reverses field, finds Elliott, and he's tackled.
Big play by Jefferson defense.
It was Daniel King who stayed home. And when Wyatt reversed field, King was there to make the biggest stop of the game for the Jaguars.
He wanted to throw going left, and they had him covered well over there, reversed his field, and we make a big play. It looked like we were going to get him back there for a loss.
Great coverage on both sides.
Well
big hit there from King.
Yeah, that's a good job, Kinger.
An interesting decision right there. With still 5:03 left.
Now we need to march a little bit here.
It's been a Jefferson defense that has kind of been ground down here. Apple Valley, huge time of possession advantage, huge yards advantage, total yards in this game, but they still trail here with just 5:03 left.
We're going to see Bertrand bust another one, Josh.
Well, he's back there on the kick return. In fact, Jefferson's expecting an onside. You've got 10 out of the 11 Jaguars in that 10 to 15 yard area where you normally see an onside kick.
Bertrand's got a big job to field this year. I think they'll kick it away.
Santoya, there's a lot of ground for Bertrand to cover. Needs to get there quickly and picks it up at the 17. And without a return set up, he charges out of bounds
25
across the
yard
20.
line. 23.
Gets a high five from special teams coach Nick Zilka right there.
That's a lot of ground to cover back there.
The offense hasn't done a whole lot tonight, Stan, but if they can put together one drive here, it might be good enough to hang on for this victory.
About 2 or 3 first downs will do it.
Trailer back there with Bertrand. Only 9 passes attempted by Trailer tonight, just 6 rushing attempts by
I formation. Haven't seen that. The nice.
Up the middle, Bertrand! Only the safety to beat. He slows him up enough, but a big time rush for Aiden Bertrand as the offensive line just created a massive hole.
Was that blocked well? There was no one there.
37-yard run for Aiden Bertrand.
I'm guessing while the O-line and Edwards, what a great job of leading up for Bertrand.
How about those last 2 runs for Aiden? 29 for the touchdown on the last drive, and now that 37-yarder. Jefferson and Apple Valley territory. Bertrand back up the middle.
Again. All right. That's about 5.
46-yard line, or 36-yard line, excuse me. Clock on the move, 4:40 and counting. That's what I was just mentioning, Stan. There just haven't been many plays run in this game by the Jaguar offense.
No.
Their defense has just been out there forever.
Our last 2 series, we have run the football well. Bertrand for about a 30-yard touchdown run, and now 2 big runs here. We're playing a little more physical, and it's good to see. You're going to see Apple Valley defense walk up tighter, too.
2nd and 6, back to Aiden. Good push by the line.
Nice.
Very near the first down.
3rd and less than a yard.
Playbook wide open here, Stan, on this 3rd and 1. You would also assume Jefferson would go if they don't get 3rd down. Unless they lose a bunch of yards here.
Well, you got a nice formation. Edwards a big fullback and Bertrand behind him here.
3:30 and counting, 4th quarter. Trailer goes under center. Straight handoff. Bertrand first down. Nice. That was all O-line. They pushed Apple Valley.
That blue wall is pushing them back. It's good to see.
2 first downs already on this drive for Jefferson. You said 3. They might only need 1 more. Apple Valley 2 timeouts remaining, and they're going to have to start thinking about using them on this series.
It's good to see us playing some physical football. We're doing a good job with it.
I formation now with Edwards, the fullback. Up the middle again to the 25, only a gain of 1. Apple Valley will not use the timeout yet. They're going to wait till 2nd and 3rd down. Do you roll one out here, Coach? Put it in the arms of Trailer.
Good question. The coaches have gone through this all week. They know what they like to do here.
Remember, Jefferson had a chance to run out the clock last week against St. Louis Park. Had a third down, player wide open, but the pass was tipped and incomplete. That allowed the Orioles to get the ball back late.
Yep. They're running the clock as much as they can here. They're signaling with the time left.
Final 2 minutes from Bloomington Stadium. Toss wide to Bertrand, and he almost fumbled the football. Just was able to gather it right before he got hit. Jaden Cunningham still made the tackle for loss, but that could have been much worse.
Yeah. 3rd and about 15.
Timeout, Apple Valley. That is their second charge timeout of the half. Game clock operator, please put 157. 157 on the game
Oh,
clock.
that's a lot of time.
Well, the
back
home
on.
clock guys were trying to give Jefferson a little bit of a break there. Officials caught
That's a
it.
lot of time, 9 seconds.
And now the biggest offensive play of the game for Jefferson, at least since that 4th down and goal where they converted the touchdown.
Yep.
This would end it, Stan, if they were able to pick up a 3rd down. The other thing to factor is here on this 3rd and long, Apple Valley only one more timeout left. You'd love to have them at least at minimum use that timeout.
That's exactly right. Yeah. I'm just guessing you're going to see us run the football. You never know. They know what they like to do here, and they've done it 100 times in practice.
The other thing is if you can get some yards, it may allow you to go for it here. See the ball's at the 32.
Yeah.
A lot of possibilities, but we know this, a 1st down seals a win for the Jaguars. They go I formation with 3 wide. Trailer checks the sideline. We need the 17 of Apple Valley. It's Bertrand. Broke a tackle! Then captured from behind by Cunningham. Boy, I thought he was going to break free
They're going to have to burn
there.
their last time out here. And they did.
Bertrand.
Timeout, Apple Valley. Their 3rd and final timeout of the half. Game clock operator, please put 150. 150. Thank you.
Bertrand picked up 4. But it's 4th and 11. It's just an interesting decision because the ball is on the 27. It'd be an awkward place to punt from the 27.
Nope.
Too long for a field goal.
Yeah, no, they'll run it.
I mean, you'd love to maybe pooch punt one. Maybe you get it down inside the 5. You'd gain.
It's just they're down so deep.
I know.
Yep.
And a 1st down would end it. And really, if you throw the ball here, barring an interception, obviously that would be a negative. But no extra time would come off, even if the pass is incomplete, so you're not risking a lot there. It could be a spot where you might see Trailer try to throw for this 1st down.
You might see an alley-oop to Habermas here.
Yeah, Habermas wide this side, the big 6'8" wide receiver.
The free safety's cheating away from Habermas.
4th and 10, they'll throw. There's the jump ball
Here it is.
to Habermas, and it went through his hands.
You know what? The great call, a great route. Tough catch because it's over the top.
So much under it.
Yeah,
But if Habermas catches it,
yeah,
pretty
exactly.
much game over right there.
It was a great play.
And now Apple Valley has new life.
It's a tough catch because it's coming over your head, you know. It's tough. He ran a great route, everything done well, except couldn't quite make the catch.
Now the
Nice
Eagles
throw by Trailer.
needing only a field goal. Santoya's been perfect on extra points so far.
They don't have time to run the football the whole way here. So.
Can Wyatt lead them down the field late? He wants the deep shot this side, not open, tucks and runs. Wyatt trying to get to the sidelines, and he will! Wyatt down the sideline! Out of bounds in Jefferson territory. 28-yard run. And a great start for Apple Valley fans for this last drive. He's been their most effective runner tonight, really, Stan.
What's that?
Timeout. Bloomington.
Jefferson
Their
uses a
first charge,
timeout.
Timeout of the half.
Tim White, he may be their most effective runner tonight, Coach.
He's run well. He's quick. He's quick. And, you know, if you're playing man-to-man defense, you're running with your back to the football. So if the quarterback does break the contain, a lot of times D-backs don't see him right away because they're running with their receivers.
And now, if you're the Eagles, even without any timeouts, there's plenty of time right now, a minute and a half, and you're already in Jefferson territory. You would think another 25 yards or so would put you in pretty good shape for a field goal. I know they haven't attempted one yet this year, but...
Oh, but they've got a good kicker. His extra points have been solid.
Yeah, they've looked good. Exciting finish here from Bloomington Stadium. The Jaguars had a chance to wrap it up. Couldn't complete that fourth down catch, and now Apple Valley, will they take advantage? And the Jaguars make one more big play defensively. Wyant looking far sideline, ball up in the air, caught! First down and out of bounds. Big catch for Hansen, his fifth of the game. And now they're very close, if not already in field goal range at the 20.
Extremely well thrown ball, right in between the pocket, between the free safety and the corner. That was a very good throw by their quarterback. There's not much room there.
Minute 15 and counting. As they say, it apparently did not get out of play. Flag down on this first down. Wyant, all sorts of trouble. Gets out of it, back to the line of scrimmage. We'll check the marker.
Down to a minute with no timeouts.
We'll stop the clock for the penalty. From here, field goal about 37 yards.
Why? I don't. What does the clock stop for?
Now they're talking to Tim Carlson. Probably a good sign if you're a Jaguar fan. That this penalty would be on Apple Valley. Coach C motions to move him back. He's going to accept this penalty.
Yeah, exactly.
Legal formation, offense.
All right.
5 players
All
in the
right.
backfield. 5 yards from the previous spot, first down.
So
The
that
game clock will start on my ready for play.
That keeps the first down intact for Apple
Okay,
Valley, but
and
yardage is so
they're-
critical right now.
And they're going to crank the clock in here before the snap.
We'll be under
There
a
we
minute
go.
for the
There
next
we
snap.
go.
First
Start
and
the clock.
15.
There we go.
Wyant hands it off to Elliott.
They're thinking kick. They're thinking kick.
This is a long field goal right now. Remember, Apple Valley without timeouts, they get to the line quickly. Are they going to clock it here? They will, and now already it's third down, Coach. This is a 39-yard field goal from right here. Jefferson called timeout, though.
They must have a lot of confidence in
Prior
their
to the
kicker.
snap, timeout, Jefferson.
Wow.
Their second charge, timeout of the half.
And that really helps Apple Valley, Stan, because it keeps it into a second down situation
Yep.
instead
Yep.
of third. And you're looking here, if it was 3rd and 11, you stop them short, you basically force their hand at a field goal. Now, still
this-
second down.
This is a tough kick.
Pressure-packed moments. Jefferson was in that last week against St. Louis Park in that overtime loss. What a football game, though.
It's a great game. Both teams playing hard. There have been mistakes, but not because of lack of effort.
So 2nd and 11. Jefferson defense really has to be prepared for anything here. The Eagles can still run the ball even without a timeout. To set up a shorter kick. Bloomington Stadium coming alive. Trying to will the Jaguars to a victory here. It's Wyant. Rolls and throws. It's caught, but is it inbounds? It is. A short gain, but every yard critical as they get closer and closer to field goal range. It's marked at the 17, a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd and 7. Clock stops with 31 seconds. We need the 10-yard line for a first down as Wyatt throws sideline pass, caught again. It's short of the marker though. It'll be 4th down and decision time now for Chad Clendenning.
They've got a kick right now.
And Santoya jogging on.
And it's from the hash mark, so it's a tough angle.
This will be a 29-yard field goal for Antonio Santoya. He's a senior, hasn't attempted a field goal yet. From the left hash. Ian Howard to hold, and Jefferson's going to make Santoya think about it a little longer.
Jefferson, their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
And now Jefferson out of timeouts. This game basically decided on this kick, Stan.
That's exactly right. We've been involved in cliffhangers both of the last weeks here.
Boy.
Exciting football games.
Jaguars had a chance to close it out. They had the ball, went for it on 4th down, drew up a great play.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite complete that catch. And so far, Apple Valley's taken advantage of that second chance.
Well, their quarterback, his big run was the big play.
Lions had a good night. Apple Valley not yet in front, though. In fact, they haven't led yet in this game, but they can now. Antonio Santoya will try to give Apple Valley the lead from 29 out. Snap is on target. The kick is long enough. It is no good! Wide left, and Jefferson is going to hang on.
It had to be close.
Another look. Great look by our crew. It was close, but it did look left. And Jefferson is going to survive. How about this win, Coach? The defense was out on the field, Stan, for about 400 plays. And probably about, 35 of the 48 minutes of this game. Give them credit. That's the 4th stop, including that interception from the 3rd quarter that ended in Jefferson territory. 4 drives which Apple Valley got no points off of, and in a 1-point game, the defense did just enough.
This is a good formation to finish a game in right there. That's it.
What a terrific high school football game tonight.
Yeah, you know, not a perfectly played game, but they played really, really hard. Both teams did. And pretty evenly matched.
Stick around for the post game. We'll try to talk to both coaches.
Please put 23 seconds on the game clock. 23 seconds.
Apple Valley out of timeout, so one more kneel down for the Jaguars. They're somehow able to pull off their first win of the year. Not sure exactly how they did it, Stan, but...
No, it's never pretty, but it's a win. And great effort.
Jaguars in dramatic fashion, as that kick was just a foot or two off the mark. They hang on. First win of the year for the Jaguars, 21-20.
Tim Carlson and that staff, they've worked so hard. It's great to see him get a win.
Certainly Apple Valley, they fall to 0-3, but a much improved team.
They're coming on,
from what we saw a year ago. had a dramatic difference in total yards, outgaining the Jaguars. But you throw in the one turnover, the fourth downs that didn't quite go Apple Valley's way, and then that missed kick at the end of regulation. Not quite enough for Apple Valley to get the win tonight, but certainly Jefferson will take it. They probably should have won last week's game. This one also came right down to the wire. Jefferson on the right side of it tonight.
They needed that win.
They did, especially Jefferson had a chance to seal it. Boy, it would have been heartbreaking if Apple Valley were to take advantage and win that game.
And that kick from my angle here, it looked close, and it was.
A happy group of Jaguar students to greet the players over to our left stand. Great support by the Bloomington community here on Hall of Fame night. Treated to a terrific and entertaining game.
Good night for Jefferson.
Stick around, we'll have some post-game reaction as well as Stan's thought on the game and some highlights as well. A lot more to talk about, and of course we'll have Inside Jefferson football to put a bow on this game on Tuesday night. Inside Kennedy football as well. 2 wins tonight. Stan, Kennedy gets it done on the road. Jefferson gets it done at home.
Good night for Bloomington. I am really happy for Kennedy too to get a win. They've worked hard.
Yeah.
I have great memories of Kennedy, and those were fun years. My first 5 years of teaching in Bloomington, we had some great players and great families over there. I'm happy John Anderson, the athletic director, played for us at Jefferson and is doing a great job with the athletics there. So I'm happy for them to get the win.
Great night all around for Bloomington football.
Yep.
Great scene here. You're seeing the students greet the players. Marching band about to perform as well as we're waiting for Alex Redding on the sideline before Stan and I head up for some post-game thoughts. But it was Jefferson's defense, Stan, that was, again, just time and time again, they were certainly tested. And including those last few seconds, they kind of played that bend but don't break defense all night. But when push came to shove on those fourth downs, they were able to get just enough stops to get the win.
That's right. And you got to give Apple Valley's quarterback credit. The last minute of the football game, he completed 3 or 4 balls in the sidelines to gain 5 and gain 7 and get them into pretty good field position for the field goal. They did a nice job.
Yeah, Wyatt threw for just north of 150 yards, had those big scrambles too. It was a good night for number 7 in white, but unfortunately for Apple Valley, coming up a point short. Up next for Jefferson, they are going to travel to Armstrong next Friday. That's a road game just north up Highway 169. And remember, our next game will be Kennedy and Richfield, a Saturday noon game on BEC-TV next weekend. Always great when the band's able to get those backward caps on as they do for every Jaguar victory at home. Coach Carlson addressing the Jaguars over to our left as well. Jefferson gets that first win of the season.
A gutsy win. I mean, there were so many big plays. Habermas would love to have that ball back. That was a really, really hard catch because it was coming over his head. Tough angle, well thrown by Traylor, and there were so many big plays.
Yeah, he's probably the happiest man in the stadium right now.
Oh, yeah, you know it. You know it.
He would definitely want that one back, but it ends up to not matter for Jefferson as
right.
Apple Valley misses that field goal. And you always hate to put it on a kicker coach, especially at the high school level. These are not obviously the pros of the NFL, but it happens sometimes. And but in a game like this, you always hear the coaches say it's not just one play, and certainly that was the case tonight. So many plays made a difference in this game.
A tackle here, a tackle there, and it wouldn't have maybe come down to the last minute. There's so many big plays in the game. And for the kickers, that's a real hard job. You live and learn, and you get stronger as a human being going through that. And you know, the kickers, they have the support of the rest of the team. They know it's a tough job, and it's hard, a lot of pressure.
Again, our final 21-20. Coach Carlson, we'll talk to him on Tuesday. He was excited for this game. Jefferson clearly got over that tough loss. They played well, and they played well enough to eke out the win. I'm sure Coach Carlson, there's going to be things that he wants to work on and improve, but always easier to do that after a W.
That's a lot easier. I'm talking to the staff before the game about Apple Valley, and they had great respect for Apple Valley. They said, this is a team that can do a lot of things well, and you know, we saw that happen tonight. Their offense looked awfully good, their defense pretty physical. We made some big plays. That opening kickoff return, that's a huge play in this football game.
Yeah, you think of the special teams that definitely went in Jefferson's favor. The big kick return to set up the first touchdown. You had the bad snap on the punt for Apple Valley that set up Jefferson for its second touchdown.
That's
and then
right.
The missed extra point at the end, and also that 2-point conversion. I know that's not a special teams play, but that's a special teams situation. And all four of those plays were massive in deciding this one for the Jaguars. And quite frankly, that's, even though they were outgained by a large margin in this game, those special teams plays were the reason why they were able to overcome that deficit and win.
Exactly. What was the total yardage? I didn't hear that.
I don't have that calculated yet.
It was not in our favor, I know that.
It was definitely not. We'll try to get to the final numbers here, at least unofficial numbers, in our post-game show. Again, stick around. We'll have some final thoughts and highlights for this. We're still trying to get Coach Carlson down on the sidelines for some final thoughts. I see Alex getting in position for that as well. Hoping it'll be a little bit more jovial than his halftime interview with Alex. He probably will, given the final result here.
Tim played with great desire. He coaches with great desire. He expects a lot, and he loves his kids, and it's great to see him get a win tonight.
21-20, the final. Looks like also down there is Frank Arth for the Jaguars. And we'll send it down. Alex Redding is with a couple of happy Jaguars. Alex?
That's most certainly right, Josh. I'm with Frank Arth, who has another interception, back-to-back weeks, 2 interceptions. That has to feel good. What did you see on that interception, like, with the offense? Like, how do you read so well into plays like that? Kind of give us your secret without giving out too much.
Well, some of my buddies, you know, other up corners are telling me, like, watch hitch, stick, these, like, you know, fast routes. So I sit in my zone, and as long as I'm in the right place at the right time, I mean, good things happen. But
what part about defense do you like playing the most? Sitting back in coverage, rushing the passer? Kind of talk to us about that.
Probably sitting in coverage. Honestly, you know, getting hands on the guy and then getting in coverage, you know, gives you opportunities like that tonight.
What were some of the positive things that you noticed from your teammates that you were impressed with?
I mean, everyone played great. I mean, our D-line, we were just making tackles in the backfield. Aiden Bertrand, he played great. Robbie Traylor, QB. I mean, little things we need to fix, but I mean, a lot of guys played great tonight.
You played good as well. And kind of just one more question for you, wrapping things up for you. Kind of talk about some of the challenges you've had to go through this year. I mean, even through practice and kind of through the beginning half of this season.
Yeah, I mean, just I actually changed positions from last year to this year. I played middle linebacker, now I'm at outside. So just, you know, learning the different coverages, blitzes, all of that stuff. I basically had to start from scratch this year.
Do you have a preference between either of the two, or do you like both the same?
I guess, I mean, up corner now. I mean, I have 2 interceptions. I mean, I can't be too mad about that.
Yeah, I can't blame you. All right. Hey, good job, by the way.
Thank you so much.
All right, now we're going to bring in Coach Carlson. You knew that your defense was struggling a little bit at the half, and how do you feel that your defense responded to your message at halftime, just containing this Apple Valley offense?
You know, for the last several weeks, in a couple of years, you know, the runs killed us. And, you know, they had that big, strong running back, and that was part of our goal to shut him down. I thought we did a very good job of doing that. Apple Valley, credit to them, they proved tonight that is the mobile quarterback that ended up hurting us a little bit, made some nice throws when he needed to. Receivers ran some nice routes. I mean, I thought the coverage was better, but we were just a hair late. and that's because of the routes and the quarterback for Apple Valley. You got to give them some credit too. But we were almost there a couple times. But, you know, from an entertainment standpoint, you can't beat a night like tonight. It's a huge crowd, Hall of Fame, Wounded Warrior. But many more games like this stands out. He's back down here. I'm taking his job up top because I can't take too many more of these.
Well, certainly, and it is Wounded Warrior Project tonight. How can people get involved with supporting the Wounded Warrior Project for Jefferson football?
If they still want to be a part of the Remember Our Heroes Week, they can email me at school, tcarlson@isd271.org, and we can set something up on how we can get that payment. Or they can just go online at woundedwarriorproject.org and donate there. However the money gets there, it's a benefit. And what's sad is so many of our veterans can't come to nights like this. It's too loud. And Wounded Warrior Project does such good to help those people and their families. So, it's a great night all the way around.
All right, congratulations on the win, Coach. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to send it back upstairs to Josh and Stan. I'm going to try and catch up with head coach Chad Clendenning of the Apple Valley Eagles in just a moment, guys.
Thanks a lot, Alex. I think it's appropriate that Alex, you could pick a player to interview. Obviously, Frank Arth had the big interception, but he's part of that Jaguar defense, and I thought that was the story of the game, Coach. It wasn't a shutdown defense. They gave up some yards, but as we talked about all night, when they really needed to make a play, they did so, and they did just enough to get the win.
You just keep believing. Every play. The next play is the biggest play of the game. You just keep believing that. Arth has made big plays both weeks here that I've seen him. So fun. He's a happy young camper, and a great win for Tim Carlson and that Jaguar crew.
Wasn't a lot involved in the passing game tonight. Jefferson will try to get more of that involved, but the ground game wasn't consistent at times. But then when you look up, Aiden Bertrand, a couple of big runs to get Jefferson into the end zone, and they needed every point of that.
He surprises you all the time. He sees the field so well. He was reading blocks at St. Louis Park last week, ran for big, I think 110 yards, big night, and tonight too. He busts some tackles. He's not that big a guy. He runs hard, runs smart, and you want to see him with the ball in his hand as much as you can because he's going to make plays.
All right, we're going to send it back down to the sideline. He's with Apple Valley head coach Chad Clendenning. Alex?
Thanks, Josh. I'm here with, as you said, Josh, head coach of the Apple Valley Eagles, Chad Clendenning. You came down to the wire, but what impressed you most tonight about the way that your guys performed on both sides of the ball?
Yeah, we got plenty of areas for improvement and some things we need to get better at. We keep talking about how special teams and penalties and turnovers kind of tell the story of a game, and in a close game like this, we didn't make enough plays in those areas. And but I'm proud of their fight. The kids showed a lot of resiliency, playing. We talk about playing 48 minutes of football, and save for those last few seconds. When it was kind of done after the kick there, our kids fought really hard. The effort was great.
It most certainly was. Timothy Wyant, 2 passing touchdowns, and then kind of talk about his performance. He was a big factor in your offensive success at times, and just kind of talk about his development as a player and what he means to this program.
Yeah, Timmy's he's been kind of waiting his time to be in this position, to be a starting quarterback, and we still got some things to get better at, but certainly you saw the plays he made tonight, both with his arm and with his feet, and keeping plays alive, and those are the things that we know he can do. And we put a lot on him. That's the nature of the position at quarterbacks.
Most certainly is. A final question for you, Coach. What's the number one thing you want your team to focus on in prep going into next week? Without giving too much away, but just the focus of what you want your team to improve on going into next week.
Yeah, each week we've talked about this because we weren't a real experienced team coming in, and it's really so much more about us than whomever we're playing. And eliminating some mental mistakes and technique errors, and then just kind of understanding during the course of a game when those big moments are and those opportunities present themselves that you need to capitalize on them.
All right, thank you so much, Coach Chad Clendenning. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Good game. All right, and I have just one little tidbit for you all. Believe it or not, you're not going to believe this too. In a night that has been full of surprises, the Richfield Spartans have come back to tie their game against Minneapolis Southwest, 29-29 with 1:42 to go in the game. Back upstairs to Josh and Stan for the post game.
All right, thanks a lot, Alex. Good work tonight, and we appreciate the time for Chad Clendenning. You've been on the end of tough losses, and not the easiest thing. Someone sticks a microphone in your face right away and wants you to talk about it.
No.
We appreciate his time, and was impressed, as we saw all night. This is probably one, like Jefferson did last week against St. Louis Park. Apple Valley will probably look back on this game and, gosh, we probably should have won this game.
I didn't hear Coach Clendenning, but I'm sure it was a class act. It sounded like it was positive. That's high school football. I mean, you're not going to win them all, and some nights are hard, and you improve yourself as a human being going through all that. You learn to do it.
All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from this one. Just a game where we've talked about it. So many plays determine the outcome of this game. The first play of the game, Coach, pretty good start for Jefferson. They go 90 yards on this kick return.
Yeah, great blocking by that front group, and got a seam for him, and he's gone. Great way to start the game.
Clark pushed out at the 5-yard line. It led to a quarterback sneak. A minute in, Jefferson's leading 7-0. You might thought this could be an easy one for Jefferson. They get a couple of defensive stops. Aiden Bertrand, first of 2 touchdowns.
Play. Great call. 4th and less than 1. And you know they're looking for sneak, and they go wide, and it works. It's a great play.
14-0 late in the first half, but then Wyatt started to get things going. So he got the touchdown there. Jefferson's defense, we mentioned they did just enough all night, but Wyatt, you heard Coach Clendenning talk about his performance and a very strong game for number 7, really developing as a quarterback for Apple Valley. Here's Wyant again. That one broken up over the middle. And then this is the interception right at the end of the third quarter. Arth, you heard from him in the post game.
Surprised as we are on that one.
Not expecting it, but he made the catch anyway. Jefferson, fourth quarter now. This game would go down to the wire. Aiden Bertrand takes advantage right away after that pick.
Great blocking and a great read by Bertrand. He just does so many things well. Not flashy, but just steady as can be.
Then Wyant leading his team down the field midway through the quarter. This would tie it. Elliott, he'd get stopped at the 1-yard line here, but then he'd punch it in. And then Apple Valley had a decision to make, down a point. Would they go for the extra point or the lead? They went for the lead, and Jefferson made the stop.
Yeah, great play here by the safety. Big play.
Then the Jaguars get the ball back. They were trying to run out the clock. Bertrand with a big gainer down the left sideline, and then this 4th down would have sealed the game. Jefferson can't complete the catch.
Just such a tough catch. You know, you see that all the time. It was a great throw by Traylor and a good route. Just a tough catch.
And once again, it's Wyant with his legs leading Apple Valley down the field. They would take some deep shots here to get down to the 20-yard line. Sets up the field goal with less than a half a minute remaining. Wide left, Coach. Kind of like a kick in 94 over at Eden Prairie.
Yeah, you are
right. That miss
in
that gave
overtime.
Jefferson the victory.
Good memory.
This one not as big of a game, Coach, but this can really springboard Jefferson. They get in a game that, you know, Apple Valley played really well.
Yeah. You
pull one out close. Sometimes that can really help a team moving forward.
Yeah. And you know, going to practice on Monday, it's a whole lot easier with a win like this. The attitude's different. 2 good efforts back-to-back here, and against Chaska, good effort too. So, and we're playing a lot of young guys, and we're playing a lot of kids. So, Tim and his crew doing a great job.
What a great night. We'll talk to Coach Carlson and the team about it on Tuesday on Inside Jefferson Football. We'll also have Inside Kennedy Football. Talk to the Eagles about their big win tonight, 40-0 as well. It'll be a fun Tuesday night. Appreciate it, Coach. Always great to see you back here for our Jefferson coverage in 2021. Looking forward to a great season.
Good, fun to be here. You guys do a great job, and it's a good time. Good crew.
All right, what a night here for Jefferson. The students back, the band back. What a game as Jefferson pulls it out, 21-20. For Alex Redding, for Stan Shea, this is Josh Powers saying good night from Bloomington Stadium.